So 2 different ones. All right. And let's get here. Actually, just YouTube's become more of a formality where, like, if I'm streaming Minecraft, I will post something on it. Like, I'll go ahead and like throw a some content over there on that side. But it's become definitely just a kind of like, if it happens type deal. Hope everybody's doing well today. I know I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm feeling good. I'd be better if this phone would hurry up and go all the way up. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it, phone. I got faith in you. There it goes. Alrighty. Awesome. Come on. This phone is, well, it just turned on, so it's trying to load everything. Awesome. Let's see if it will pop up over there. Alright, still hasn't popped up yet. Alright, maybe. Alright, I may have to do. Let me try bringing it back up. There it goes. Now it's connecting. Oh no, Castro Labs. No, don't do things. Come on. I may have lost like the last few minutes of my chat. It's possible. Don't look like it there. Um, it's always the start of the stream is always like literally the roughest. I mean, just kind of like, you're trying to get everything booted together. I don't understand why they have like those like those like chat starting soon screens. Let's. And it's just not wanting to have it. There we go. There it went. There it went. There it went. All right, cool. All right, everything's starting to look good. Everything's starting to come together. Real nice. It's starting to get a little warm in here, but I don't want to take the jacket off because I'm wearing a work shirt. I mean, if you want to dox me, honestly, it wouldn't be that hard. But regardless, I'd rather not just give away all my secrets. A little bit dirty in the face, dirty on the hat. It's all right. We work a hard working job. Hope everybody is doing really well today. What we got going on? We got that, and who we got this time? Oh yeah, just there, no telling. I'll give it for Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. I'll give it to them. They try to get rid of the bots, but they just seem to always be coming back. Get this off the neck. If you know anything about me, one of the things you probably don't know is the fact that I don't like anything around my neck tight. It really it triggers my fight or flight response, and it's usually mine is normally probably fight. Those times where you shouldn't join the conversation. All right, let's grab a drink. I got 2 left. One's hot. There's more in the house, but we don't have them out here because I only brought them one. Drink of choice today is Sprite Zero, sugar-free Sprite, whatever. Yeah, 0 sugar. Oh, man. What? I don't know what she's talking about. There's so many TVs. I'm TV poor, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there. All right, let's see. Not familiar. Yeah, they're talking about this one right here. It made me a TV. I need to put me like a little couch or something down. That's for sure. All right. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. All right, cool. There's that one. I got so many things. Oh, okay. So much to talk about. Such a busy weekend. Go. Hopefully, this one will be in stock. Hopefully, it's not like a same seller with a different name. Having to resource some things. Working on a Game Boy Color. We'll talk about after a while. It's a Geo. She is a back. Oh God! How did I just like lag bounce that? I don't know how to do that. I don't know. Anyways, 16 seconds left in the ads. We'll start talking about everything here shortly. All right. As soon as the ads are all up, we'll pop them over. Jill's just here to support the ad watching. She doesn't watch the content. She just wonders what Taco Bell ads that she's gonna get. Alrighty. Hello, hello, hello. I better making it into the chat. Geo feels shorted because she got no Taco Bell ads. So the TB that was in conversation just a few minutes ago, you did not see because I didn't have it on Minecraft yet. It's about some things referencing to this right here. It will be in a future YouTube video. I've been kind of waiting on their end so I can start working on it. I kind of know the direction, but I want to see that ad before I actually move forward so I know how to kind of respond to it. It feels good being back on the server. I always want to try to make it at least one day a week on the server. My sound's not coming through my headset. Just realized that. Oh, it. That means I'm having all sorts of technical difficulties. Good thing I'm not trying to save anything. All right. No, it's showing that correctly. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, it's definitely not coming through my headset. Even though that all says it's supposed to be coming through my headset. Oh no, I have them too. Trust me, I have them every time I stream. Oh, there's always something I always have to fix before the stream. All right. Hopefully. All right, now if we turn this off and on, off. Red light goes off on the microphone. On. Huh? It's still coming through my TV sound. That is odd. That's right. Microphone's picking that up. Let's drink the and we'll do this. All right, so that is not right. Like I said, I've been having some issues. Like when OBS came up earlier, it's like it wasn't detecting the correct hard drive if I wanted to store stuff. This is why the professional YouTubers start their stream with that starting soon screen. I just want to have it up for 5 minutes and then make everybody wait. I'm not about that life. That's why we will do this stuff on. All right, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to option. Go to nope, 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 nope. Yeah, microphone. There we go. All right, that's to the right area. It's supposed to be going to gaming, but it's not pulling it up in gaming. Theo, say something.
Wow.
Yep. All right. Options. Set a application somewhere. I'm in too many damn Discords. Let me tell you that right now. Options.
I just joined like 3 of them.
That says auxiliary.
Expressions of interest. What does that mean?
That's going straight to my headphones now. Go Vizio. Chat. All right, well, it will output the chat for some reason. I don't understand that. I probably need to do some. I'm missing an update probably somewhere. Better take a guess. So what we're gonna do? Chat active. Hey, Gio, can you say something else?
Hello, hello, hello.
Let's output the gaming. Hey, Gio, say something else.
Say something else.
Confusement. Well, I can hear you walking around, and that's triggering sound in chat. But when you talk, it's coming out through gaming.
So like the chat can't hear me or what?
I mean, they could hear both, like my mixers, my OBS mixers. I've got made.
I do hear myself in the background.
Yeah, that's because it's coming through a TV sound. All right, settings.
Hey, I'm on TV.
Yeah, literally.
Let's go.
All right. All right, now both of those should come through chat. All right, so try talking again.
Hello, you need to get your settings to work.
There we go. It'll work for now. They're improvised. Their work. There's a sheep staring at me. Appreciate that. Stop looking at me. All right.
Huh? Where's the sheep, or did you kill it?
I think my computer's just needing a reset. It's been on for a while. I usually leave it on during the night, so that way I don't have to like reset a bunch of stuff. But no, my luck. Hey, I may have like an update. And by the way, hello, Val.
Hello.
Oh man, I'll kick my feet up on my little comfy stool thingy. I'm pretty sure this is like not a footstool. I think this is more like a stool for like a little like small like ground table type deal. But it became a footstool.
It is freezing in my room, and
It's
I
freezing.
do not have any other layers.
That cold front came out of nowhere. It went all the way across the United States, and it came quick.
It was like 30 this morning. 30
Yeah,
degrees.
It's about pretty close to what it was here.
Hold up. What's 30 degrees in Celsius?
Like 0 or -1.
Yeah, it was -1 Celsius this morning.
Oh man. What a weekend. We had so much. We did so much this weekend.
We did too. Had a surprise birthday for my mom. Just whoa.
Oh no, that sucks. 3 to 4 hours. No. I'm pretty sure that's probably what it is. Something hit on an update, and I haven't reset my computer yet.
Yeah. You missed.
I'll be turning it off tonight.
Okay, how was that physically possible? He's not even stupid. But yeah, I finished the ad. You need to see it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I mean it's finished. I mean you don't gotta show the stream if you don't want to, but
yeah, we'll let it be a surprise. I will put it.
Okay.
I will put it in the very beginning of the next video.
All right. Yeah, I completely forgot about it for like 2 months, so I just made it all last night.
I figured you may do that.
Yeah, I do stuff last minute. They're my thing.
Oh man. Sure. Oh man.
Kinda wish I built this couch up there.
I told Katie that, or I'll save the rainfire for later. Me, Lavender, and the oldest 2 kids, we went to a Renaissance fair Sunday. And I told Katie Delicate that I will talk about it during the stream. I guess if anything,
she ain't even here.
Nah.
Where are you, Katie?
At work.
No.
Yeah,
you know which one I'm talking about?
Yep. And but she says she also forgot her earbuds too, so that's the reason why she was just like she's not on right now. If you want to get on, don't.
Yes, Lavender. No, you got no choice. Get on.
Oh, you heard it. There you go.
I want to build something, but I don't know what. I don't know where to build. Except for a big space for him showing me, but I don't want to build there.
Kelsey, you in the chat? Probably not. The Lavender said that the Wonderland. She done left. I think she left. You better hope she catches you in the chat, Lavender. That's the only way she's gonna find out about it. Arr. I have actually like no actual motivation to do anything on the server. This is one of those times where I'm just kind of hanging out. No. Oh me. Work. Well, look at me putting in this work. Put all this hard work in. Breaking a sweat over here. Look at me. Oh god. Done so much today. There we go. Get over that. There we go. What's this? Ceiling. I think she meant to say ceiling. Pretty sure that would be it. I still haven't got any experience. I think I played for like 3 different occasions to not have collected a single bit of experience. Look at the pretty cows. Hey man, are there calves in there? Okay, no, they're all brown. Good deal. Like come on. Oh, don't jump in it. Don't be one with the cows. In there. So, starting off the weekend, I did not have to work my normal job this weekend. I was off. Now, this Saturday will probably be a different story, to be quite honest. There will probably be Saturday work, unfortunately. Um, and we'll get into what that will actually entail, especially for Lavender later on. But um, with Saturday being, oh, whoa, hey, Nathaniel, what's going on? Thank you. Did you have to make another account? I knew you was already following. Yeah, I got. That's what I figured. I saw the name, kind of had the correlation. Oh man. Which there's always you probably topped that in right before I said it originally because of the stream latency, but you know how that goes. Jill, did we not already have this conversation of you following and you regretting it every time you've done that? Oh man. Don't matter. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah. Just a spoiler alert. Next YouTube video is going to start in here. I need a couch or something. I need something like right here to kind of I guess watch TV at. I guess I need to figure out how to make a couch. I'll probably do that right before I shoot the video. I guess I need something over here too. I need to like furnish the rest of this. This is a good addition though. That's for sure. Feel like my little scanning room. This is like one of my favorite spots. I'm not gonna lie. A little small, quaint, functional, everything I ever want. Yeah, there's honestly no telling. I got a problem. I need to find. All right, we're gonna do this a different way. Hold on a second, guys. We're about to improvise some things. So should work there, and that should work there. All right, we're gonna do it like that. Everybody, check it out. It's my microphone. It's actually fully in view this time because I've got it pointed upside down. Um, Usually I don't. I just kind of have it down and up to kind of keep it low profile. But since it's gotten colder, the tension in my mic arm here in the corner of it is gotten loose. And I need to get an Allen key, tighten it up. It don't take much to actually tighten it up. But that being said, we're going to try it like this, see what happens. Let me know if that starts like sounding weird or anything like that. We're going to end up eating this here in a second just to get it out of my inventory. Oh, man. So, yeah, Saturday. Didn't have to work. So, me, Lavender, and the second oldest, my daughter, Bug, if you've heard of her. That works. We all went to a large outdoor flea market. Now, if you're not familiar with a large outdoor flea market, there's a Lavender. Nah, strong arm her to watching my stream. Oh, where's it at? That and then give Kelsey hell. Oh man. So yeah. Anyways, so Saturday it was nice weather here where we live at in North Alabama. We go to this outdoor flea market before the crack of dawn to sell video game stuff that we have accumulated. Now, if you're not familiar, which most of y'all probably are, uh, we've got at the time we had probably I think we carried 3 game systems. Speaking of which, I still got one. There, hey, she's here. Hey. Okay. Anyways, there she is. Oh, mess up her stream streak. So I don't even know if that's still a thing. Is that still a thing? Did they take that off yet? I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Nope, they did not. Did you miss a stream, Kelsey? Oh no. You can have up to, like right now, if you've watched all the streams that came out that since that came out, yeah, it's a 10 stream streak. All right. Anyways, so oh no, yeah. It been the last stream was peak on Wednesday. That's the last stream I had. Uh-oh. Kelsey's no longer tied in the lead of the stream streak. Yep, Lavner's got 10. Mock. Yeah, see, now look at Kelsey blaming things like work and adult life. I didn't realize, I never really pay much attention to this little island over here. We might do something with this island. What is this? Barely caught that by the pixel. What is that? Haven't noticed that either. Hey, this has got suspicious gravel in it. And I don't have a brush. There we go. We may do something with that later. Who knows? Like I said, like today is just a relaxed day. Yeah, no, I just don't know where they're at, and or do I really want to find them? So, yeah, we go to this big outdoor like market, sales market, flea market that we call it. Basically, all it is a bunch of people selling their junk. Some people do it kind of, I guess you could say, semi-professionally. And I'm not watching I don't know where the ad is. Nobody has sent me the ad or sent me a link to the ad. And 2, I'm not watching it on stream. So, because it's going to be not that I don't say it's PG, it's the fact that it's going in I'm going to play it right there at the beginning of my YouTube video. It's more PG than my ad. What? Yep, exactly. So, I mean, it's not like Geo couldn't publish it either. She could also, I mean, he's the one who actually made the ad. I would figure it would have different vibes. Maybe it, I don't, since I'm not having to go to therapy anymore, I want to try to actually start getting that. Whenever I get the ad, is when I'll actually probably start working on the video. That's what I've got several different bits of footage. I just need something to kind of like kickstart it. So, anyways, Saturday, back to it. All right. So me, Lavender, and Bug, we go to this outdoor market, and it is like I said, it's before dawn. It's dark out there, and we get there, and obviously we don't know what we're doing. This is a pretty big place, and we I don't know what Lavender just said. Oh, she's yelling at Kelsey. Good. So we get out there, and we buy a ticket, and there's definitely a mix up in communication. Like we were just wanting, like, I guess, oh wow, I just literally didn't know that was brushes. And I just happened to open it up and found brushes. Oh, that's cool. So we go to get set up, and we go through where the vendors go in at to purchase our ticket. And whenever we get there, there's like there makes up a communication. Like this place is kind of built on a hill, and at the very top of the hill is where all the animal vendors set up. And there's like no covered areas. You just have your own stuff you bring, you know, mostly animals. So she asked me if that's what we wanted. And I was just like, I guess a spot. Like we have tables and stuff like that. We just want to set up as like a cover spot. And I was just like, it doesn't have to be, you know. I'm just, you know, just whatever. So she sells us a spot, and we ended up going around where we thought it was, but we couldn't figure out how to exactly set up, and they didn't give us a number, so I was kind of confused about it. We go to the other area, the other vendor area, and she's just like, "Oh no, you gotta talk to this person," and then we gotta go, "What?" Like, yeah, you gotta go over there talk to this person, like over there where the TV is. I'm just like, okay. So go, and it's the main office that she's talking about. We go talk to the people in the main office, and she's like, "Oh, okay, so she sold you this. Like, this is just an outdoor spot. You just need a covered spot, and it's like $12." I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever. You know, originally it was 5, now it's 12, $7 more. Don't care. You know, it's not that big of a deal." And she's like, "What do you got? Do you have like a trailer or something?" I'm like, "No, we just our car is it's loaded." And we were selling, and she's like, "What are you selling?" "Video games." And she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, let me get you a close spot." And I'm like, "All right, cool." Lady's trying to work with us. Awesome. So they got a guy, and basically all he does is show people to their spots. And he's got a Suzuki Sidekick. If you're not familiar with this, it's like a Jeep Wrangler, but shrunk. And I love those things too. I kind of secretly deep down always kind of wanted one. But he hops in it, and we start following the dude, right? We get out, we finally get to where we need to go. And shows us our spot. And it's pretty much up front too. Real close up front. And we start setting up, and then next thing you know, a guy sets up, you know, beside us. And oh, Lavender's like, "All right, we're gonna go look around." All right, cool. We come to find out, there's a guy, and I think he just started setting up there too. And they're setting up a video games. Like, now we've got like, there's a table that was already there. So we're using it, and then we got one of our fold out tables at the time. We end up doing some rearranging a little bit later. Where was it at? I know it's like over here somewhere. Guys, where'd he go? Am I not loading? I see this guy. There it is. I'm right there, right on top of it. All right, cool. So she goes walking around, and she sees like trailer, and she actually originally saw it when we first pulled up, I believe. If I remember correctly. You gotta bear with me. I'm freelancing a story here that, you know, I'm trying to get bits and bobs all lined up correctly. So I think she actually saw them as we like got there. And then I don't have a single bill on block. I can use just block of diamonds, I guess. Oh, just coming out of the waterwork, literally. And she goes down to look at it, you know, to see what's going on. There's an ad popping up soon. I'm gonna try to time my running of the mouth to up. There it went. Another one. All right. I hear it. I don't see it. At least I can just there. All right, cool. All right. Minute left in the ad. For those who got ads, we're gonna wait on them. Kelsey does not have an ad because it's I must be thirsty. I'll literally just down this like half of this can of Sprite. I don't know if I like this mic right here. So mean to us peasants. Hey. All right. 14 seconds left to go in the ads. Give her a timeout. Hear that, Kelsey? She gonna put you in the corner. You being bad. I hear it. I don't see it. There it is. Oh god, that's a Trident, dude. Drop your Trident. I don't think I've got a single Trident this year yet. Come here, dude. I know that dude did not drop some copper. I've yet to get a Trident this year. There we go. Let's get to the surface. Get to the air. I don't have a bed out here. Oh well, I'm gonna be in the water anyways. So she goes down, checks this guy. You know, it's this older man. Oh no, that's the wrong button. That's funny. This is the first one. And a pottery shard. The plenty party shard. So, did you brush? I'm at my base. I'm pretty sure there's more of this stuff out here. Like there's one right there, actually, matter of fact. I'll let Kelsey run out here. I'll give her a shot. I'll let her take a brush. She's probably achievement hunting. Hasn't just realized that she hasn't got that achievement yet. So she goes down, checks this out. You know, after we get all set up. She comes back with like 20 games. She spent like $20, 4 games. Averages out about $5 a piece. And some of these are like $10 titles off eBay. So, you know, all in all, not a bad trade. So, and this is what normally happens at flea markets. Usually the vendors, they'll rather walk around before they get set up, or they'll make a round right after they get set up. And the reason why is because they're looking for stuff to sell. You're going around, and some people will set up with specific items. Like with us, we brought nothing but video games. Now, some people will go and set up with just whatever they have on hand. Especially like people who are just like cleaning out their house and just like, we're going to go to the flea market and try to get rid of some stuff. You know, and then you got some people who just like buy like, let's say like, for instance, like there's storage warehouses here in the US. And basically what it is, it's just like these built like a long strip of like, it looks like garages, like garage doors. And what it is, you can rent them by the month and people will stop paying for them. And then they kind of get locked up by the owner and they'll get auctioned off and people will buy these, you know, when they get auctioned off. and resell the contents. So, and they're bringing whatever they find in these things. And so they're just looking to make a quick buck, just turn it around, whatever they got out of these things or however they acquired it, and trying to make some money off this stuff. So what it is basically, yeah, Storage Wars, exactly. So, oh, it's a Kelsey. You need a brush. I think she's got a brush. It looks like she had a brush. I didn't know what that was at first. I was like, what the? I just saw this pumpkin coming at me. I was like, snow golems cannot swim. Anyways. Yeah. You're not a snow golem, no. I'll take that. I don't even know where I went. Anyways. And there she goes. I'll give Kelsey this. She don't like using wings. And I wish I could do that. Anyways, so I'll go down there next, and I look around, and I'm not noticing anything that I would want personally, or any titles like high dollar titles that are sticking out that they got priced cheap. I'm just not noticing any like just big names or real rare stuff or anything like that. Most of it is sports games. And sports games, if you're in the video game world, used old sports games do not sell unless they have some type of oddity to them. And I actually had one of those oddities on me, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So I'll go down there and walk around. I don't see anything. And I'll start making my round of this place. Lavender's at our spot with our daughter. And I'm making my round. And I see one other guy there that's got video games, and his games are priced terribly high. Now, actually, I'm sorry, our daughter's with me. Take that back. The daughter is with me. So we go, and I see this one guy, and he's got games, and they're like PS4, PS5 games. One of them is like I think it was like a Spanish release or something like that of like Spider-Man. He's got priced real high, and I was like, I don't want to have anything to do with that. And then if anything, now I can get air down here. That was kind of convenient. I forget. I think it was like some of the titles was like Cooking Mama. You know, things that I normally don't look at very often. And except for the Spider-Man game, but like I said, the Spider-Man game was, yeah, Lavender does too. She's actually got a DS Cooking Mama that she took out of our collection for the selling stuff and kept it for her personal self. There's one right there. So, is that coal or is that dye? Whatever it is, yeah, it's coal. So we make our rounds, and I see this one guy, and that's the only thing I noticed. But that was so early, and people are setting up still while we're there. As we, the longer we're there, more people are setting up because like I said, we got there really early, like 5 in the morning early, and there's still people sitting all the way up till 7. So a little bit later on, I'll say probably around 7 o'clock, I'll make another round. And this guy, the one that set up, he's already made a round to us, and he buys a game, that one of the sports games that has an oddity to it. It's one of the last ones that came out on PS2. It has the guy that's on the cover work is Tom Brady. It's like NCAA 2011. And, he's somewhat famous outside of football. So he's got some relevancy outside the game. And these go for like $10, $15 on eBay. And this is where I get my prices from. When I price stuff, I get it off eBay. And this guy, the kid, you could tell he's not, he's socially awkward and maybe a little bit autistic. You know, you can tell, you know, he's different. But either way, yeah, I mean, that's true. Either way, though, he comes up and he's looking through titles and he's pulling out these sports games. And I'm just like, hey, if this kid wants to buy them, you know, by all means. But, you know, I know they're looking for inventory for their truck because or their trailer, because they have an enclosed trailer. Now, this thing is probably, I want to say it's like 5 foot by 12 foot by like, you know, tall enough for me to walk in. And if you're not familiar with that, it's like 1 2/3 meter by like 4 meters long. And like I said, it's tall enough for me to walk into it comfortably. And what it is, they built shelves up the top to bottom all the way around this enclosed trailer so that way you can walk in it and you're surrounded by games. Literally, you are surrounded the bottom all the way around with games. And like I said, most of the stuff is kind of like older like sports stuff like that, not popular stuff. You know, and that's how usually it works with you're selling video games. You like incorporate encumbered by a bunch of sports titles that nobody wants. Obviously, nobody wants these things. You can't sell them. So, but with him being wanting to buy them just because he didn't have them, I'm just like, hey, whatever, dude. But he ends up getting that one, and he gets another one. And now this guy is trying to like get me to go a lot cheaper on some of my stuff. He's like, "Will you do some deals?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do deals. You know, you did one for us from a WAF. You know, of course I'll do one." So basically, like when his pricing versus what he sold, he knocked off like $1 a title. All right, you know that's not bad. 4 games, $4 off. Whatever. Came up to $20. So, well, the first two that he lined up, he asked me if I take X amount for it. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then he picks up two $10 games. And he's like, hey, will you do 5 apiece on these? So I was like, no, that's half off, dude. No. Like, I'm doing the same thing you are. You wouldn't do that in that situation. I know I'm not. That you don't be reasonable here. So he digs some digging and he buys the first two and that's it. He looks at one game, puts it back in. A little bit later, his dad comes by. He looks at him. He doesn't see anything except for the same game that he looked at it, looked at the backside of it, puts it back in the case and drops it back in. I was just like, nothing wrong with that game. Evidently, there was. I didn't realize I did not clean the bottom of it. The bottom of it needed to be cleaned. And I was like, that's understandable. They don't want to buy a dirty game. I wouldn't either. So I'll take it out, clean it, put it back in. No big deal, whatever. So we sell some stuff. Sold a console. We sold several games. Sold DVDs. You know, we sold easily over $100 worth of stuff. I bought a TV while I was there because the spot that we had actually had power ran to it. I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. And originally, I bought a very small TV, and I was going to start carrying it with us, you know, in case somewhere we set up had power. And but it was rather broken when I got it and didn't realize it, or I broke it. There's a high probability that I broke it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna like, oh, it was that way when I bought it. No. There's a good chance I broke it because I think I might have whenever I was going to shut the trunk, the arm that holds the trunk up came down and set on top of it. So I'm thinking that I'm the one who probably broke it. I am an adult enough to, to admit whenever I'm at fault for something. Hey, look, and a look at the sea fishing rod, some wheat. I really need to start putting some of the stuff up. All right, let's go. Where am I? All right. Let's go put stuff in the storage. Anyways, so I ended up buying a TV, and this is a fairly big size. I don't want to say fairly big size, but for a small TV, it's big. You say it's a big small TV, about like this big, about this tall. Bigger than I really want to tote around. I'll put it that way. So I'll hook it up, and I'll hook this Nintendo GameCube up. Now, if I have questions about anything, I'm going to test it before I sell it. And I'm really glad I bought that TV because whenever we hooked the GameCube up, it did not work. And I was just like, oh God, I'm so glad I tested this before we sold it because it worked. About a month or so ago, me and Lavender went to this big city called Huntsville that's in Alabama. And there's a vintage or used video game store there. And they also have like parts and stuff like that. And I bought some stuff to get some of these consoles up and going. And the things that I bought, the power supply and the controller I needed for the GameCube. And to get this thing actually to test it, see if it works properly. And if it did, I was planning on, selling it. And I needed a game, so I bought a cheap, like $3 sports title for GameCube. And got it all, tested it. Everything tested fine, so I'll put a price on it. I'm trying to sell this thing. I'm just, trying to sell it for about a month. I've had a lot of people ask about it, but kind of most of the time they're out of kind of range that I'm willing to meet, like, I'm not driving an hour to sell this thing. I'm not no hurry to sell it. So we hook it up. It don't read the disc. We throw another disc in it. It still doesn't read. And we're just like, oh boy. Good thing we did not try to. Good thing we didn't sell this because I would have felt like crap if I sold that to somebody and it not work. So I get to look forward to trying to fix it later. Luckily, I've already kind of looked into it and I think I should be able to fix it. Either way, I guess I could also put that in my. I think it goes in this one. I don't remember. One of these had. It might be this. Either way, so we get it all. We set that one to the side and we try to hook up a Wii to it, but there's a lot of sunlight out. And if you know anything about Wii's, they work off of infrared signals as far as tracking the controller. So that was a pain. Just to say the least, that was a pain. And I really need to go through some of this stuff. Oh, that still had stuff in it. Does all these shulkers have stuff in it? Oh god, I really need to start straightening my stuff up. So we set it to the side. We get the game. We get where the game's playing, where you don't have to actually use motion controls to play it. Chill, huh? I don't even know where pottery sherds would be at. Maybe with the clay. Maybe F1. So we this playing the Wii, stuff like that. Had two people look at an Xbox 360 that we had, installed it. And yep, I was right. There we go. We got 3 of those now. Wow, Lavender's really been at it. Look how many shirts that she's got. So, we ended up selling that, games, like I said, DVDs. Made over $100. And end of the day, right before about the time everybody starts packing up, I make one final round. Speaking of which, whenever I went later on the day, but not the end of the day, I ended up coming back with a Wii game, smash up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle smash ups. Bought it for $5. It's worth about 10. So, bought some DVDs for us to watch, and add to our like little media server that we've built. And so end of the day, start making our rounds. Or I start making my last little round to see, you know, hey, what has people got left over? And I happened to be walking behind a row of buildings, and like through like the little passageway, I noticed blue boxes, like the size of a video game box. And that's more specifically PlayStation 4 boxes. And it's just like, that looks like a stack of PlayStation games. I'm gonna go over there and look. So I'll whip around real quick, and of course there they are. It's just like, all right, cool. And come to find out, he had Xbox One games, Xbox 360 games, and a stack of PS4, PS5 games. And I think there might have been like a PS3 game and something. I can't remember for sure. So I walk over there and I'll look at it, and some of the titles I recognize, but they're only like $5 games, maybe $10 at the most. And I look at his price, you know, and he's got he's got them all priced basically the same, except for a couple of titles, and he's wanting like $20 a piece. But he's got them all priced for $10. Some of them are $5 games, some of them are $12 games, but I don't see anything that I personally recognize as a high dollar title. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to him and everything, and I was just like, hey, yes, you know, you take for all of them. You know, just basically, you know, where the conversation goes over the council and stuff like that, and he gives me a price of 150. And I was just like, that's a little too much for me, dude. I'm set up at the very front, and I'm selling video games. That's the reason why. You know, this is expected. If you set up, if you're used to selling anything in a flea market, you're gonna have vendors come and haggle you. You know, it's just how it is. We're gonna haggle each other because, hey, if you're not selling just specific video game stuff, or if you slip up and price one wrong, somebody's gonna buy it. You know? But, you know, it's just how it is. And this guy, you know, he's got all kinds of different like stuff. You know, he's got video game stuff, he's got comic books, he's got like Funko Pops. I think he had Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And you can tell though the way he was set up is the fact that he was just throwing stuff out there. You know, he's just, you know, he says he sets up pretty often, but you can tell he's just whatever he can get in his vehicle. And I was like, all right, well, yeah. Well, I haven't found out. Well, I wouldn't say it was an expensive game. It's like a $20 game. That he was, I forgot how much. It was like $8 or $10 or something like that. But which one of these is dying? Yeah, someone's. Oh yes, I can. This. So there we go. So I will look in my pocket and I pull out some cash, and I have $127. That's all I got on me. And I'm like, all right, dude. Like, I tell you what, like, I'm looking at these titles. It's like, even if they were $10, you know, I might make $50, $60 off of them if they're all $10 titles. You know, the way I'm figuring it, you know, I know they're not. They might average out at that at best. I was just like, dude, I got $125. All I got. Or it actually was $127. I got $127 cash in my pocket. That's all I got. And he was just like, he just looks down, looks at me, looks down at it again. And I got the cash in my hand. And let me tell you something. If you want to buy something, and you know you're all haggling on price, if you got cash in your hand ready to go, that is a very good incentive for somebody to take it. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. All right, cool. So I hand him the $127. He counts it real quick, if you know, just to make sure. And he hands me the two $1 bills out of it. It's like, I don't want to take all your money. I'm like, all right, I appreciate it. I'll get me something to drink on the way back to my spot. So I put the $2 back in my pocket, and I come back. And, we're about to pack up. And Lavender sees me carrying these games like this right here. It looks like instead of having a beard of hair, I've got a beard of games. And she's just like, really? And I was like, hey, we've sold some stuff. We need to replenish our inventory, all right? So, wasn't too bad. One of the games, come to find out, one of the games that was in it was actually a $50 game. And then there was a $30 game. So that's $80 in potential revenue. And so, after that, we just, basically make $50 in revenue off the rest of those games. And, we got our money back on it. And then, of course, the rest of it will be just, I guess, that would be your profit after that. So, all in all, not too bad. Lavender even found her a game that she liked, pulled it out, and I've got it on our personal collection. Yep, took a game out of it. Like I said, I've added it to our personal collection. One of the shelves. Like, I hate these shelves. I hate these shelves. But I have not been able to find a way to actually get rid of it because I gotta find somewhere to put all the stuff that's on it or do something with it. Either way, I digress about that. What is this? Oh yeah, that's that choker I was wanting to need to put up. I didn't realize it's still in my inventory. What I get for yakking. There we go. All right, gone. So the Governor gets her. I think it was like a $15 game out of it. There's a couple of $10 titles, a lot of $8 titles, stuff like that. So, I mean, there's potential for profit there. You just gotta get the game. That's basically what it is. You don't ever know when somebody's looking at video games what that they're into or what they want. And that's the only problem is you need to have a big expensive library to get, to sell games. The bigger the library, the more potential you have, whatever somebody's looking for something. So that's the main reason why I was like, all right, I broke even coming out here today. I'm perfectly fine with that because we sold some stuff and ended up with a lot more stuff. We sold the Xbox 360. But of course, it would be coming out time again. We sold an Xbox 360. And we sold one game with it whenever we sold it. The GameCube stopped working, so we messed out on that. Being able to have it. The people that the other vendors, they bought a total of, there it is, I see it now. They bought a total of, I think, 5 games overall. I think that's what it was. Sold 11 DVDs. I think we sold another game. Yeah, we sold a Wii game to this one kid. We sold, we did pretty good. First time setting up there, and nobody really knew to come down there looking for video games, because come to find out, I was talking to this one guy. He was you can definitely tell he was a little on the special side, on the special needs side. And he was, he likes video games, and he likes talking about them. And, he came in our little space. We talked to him, and you can't convey him of something different. That's for sure. If he was set on something, he was set on it. His opinion is set. I'll give him that. Because he said something, and I forgot what it was. It wasn't that important. And I was like, I think he may be talking about this. He's like, no, it's this. And I was just like, okay, dude, no problem. It's that. Very good. Gotcha. Whatever you say, Dottie. It's like, So he comes back. He goes down there. I should point him to the other guy. He goes down there. He comes back, and he bought him some Nintendo cartridges and like a Super Nintendo cartridge, a bunch of random games except for one that I've never heard of, like just odd stuff. And they're like $3 or $4 titles. And I was like, maybe I should have bought some of these. I might be able to price them over here for like $5 or $6. If I were just that way, I just had like Super Nintendo games. I didn't have. I only got one Nintendo game for sale and no Super Nintendo game. Like maybe I should buy some of those if he's got any more. Just cheap carts to put out because I don't have I don't have anything in that spectrum. I may do that next time he's out. There's an ad. I'll wait on the other guys to come back from the ad. Didn't realize there was an ad. It's probably like, this guy can talk forever. And yes, I can. If you don't like the title of the stream, you shouldn't be watching. Just throwing that ad. To jail. Oh, God. Is Angry Birds back? Looks like it may be back. Oh, I forgot. You can actually watch. They can still watch the stream. They just can't hear me over the ads. You get the little screen. Oh, I get the little screen. The warning symbol. That's kind of funny. That's right. Yep. This is the American Penal Institution where it's privatized and the warden gets paid by the people if he is got incarcerated. Everybody should be coming back about now, though. The ads are stopped on my end. Y'all be picking up probably in this area, anyways. So, like I was saying, he comes back, shows me his games. I'm like, all right, cool. Just like looking through it, and I was like, maybe I should pick up some of this smaller like Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Even though like, I don't need it. I wouldn't be making much on it, but at the same time, it shows hey that I do have this stuff from time to time, and it'll incentivize people to check with us. The more that we get set up down there, because the plan is Lavender is going to probably go down there most likely with our oldest and set up again and try to get. We're either going to get the exact same spot or the spot that was right across from us, and now the spot right across from us has power also, it looks like. I would hope it does. And if that's the case, though, it's actually got a wall on one side because it's like it's way like the area to like the stalls that's next to it's fully enclosed. They set up every weekend. So they like rent theirs out for like a year and they have theirs area fully enclosed, like with this metal tin. It looks like kind of like, I guess, vintage Americana, like farmland vintage Americana. But they have so there's a solid wall right there, and so that gives enough good shade so that way you can put like the TV up against it on a table. It's got enough room to put two tables there. It has a table itself. You can move that table out of the way or put whatever you want on it. Maybe put like the games and the DVDs so that way even like smaller kids can look at it. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, we just have to look at it. She is getting 11 is getting tired. She's had a kind of like a head cold, so she's taking some NyQuil and she's probably getting ready to go to sleep. But so we're looking at that, and I was just like, that would be perfect because you could put that TV right up against the wall, and then that way we can hook a game system up to it and have it, and everybody will be able to see it coming up and down, walking up and down. It'd be something a real good like eye catch, I feel. Um, but the plan is to go back, sit up there again, and trying to keep it where people know that we're going to be there. Considering, I guess, the main video game guy was like an older gentleman that passed away like last year, so they evidently haven't had anybody consistently set up with video games there. So that would be a good opportunity for us you know. And then now, like I said, there's that guy, older guy. Evidently, that was his first time sitting up there too with that trailer. So obviously he's wanting to do this consistently because they put a lot of effort in setting that trailer up. Like I said, it's a nice setup. The only thing that I don't like about it is the fact that one, being in that trailer, especially like right now with it starting to get in this colder time of area, it's those games can ruin. They like because the moisture in the air and being cold, the paper that's inside of like the boxes, you know, for like the artwork and stuff like that. If you leave that stuff in the cold, dude, you're going to end up ruining those cases. You know, and that and also those games can ruin like that slowly but surely. So yeah, not. I hope they unload that trailer and put their games up somewhere, you know, at least somewhat air conditioned. You know, as far as like heated and cooled. Um, but you know, I'm sure he's going to end up coming back. But as far as what we had going on, stuff like that, you know, I think we did pretty good. Oh, all in all, we broke even, but we got a lot more games, and that's something that I know we desperately need. Like, we need all the games we can get. As long as we can get them in, where we can make a profit off of them. I don't mind setting up. You know, if we can make it all $100 and then spend $100 and have that, you know, like double or in this case like triple our inventory, I'm all for it. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, we all in all, I think we did pretty good. Can't remember. Either way, Sunday though, or what that we did? Was it Saturday? No, it was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday we went to the Renaissance fairs, but I'm trying to hold off about talking about the Renaissance fair until a little bit later. I want to give Katie Delicate a chance to get in if possible. If not, I'll repeat the story. Be the first time I repeated the story on stream, but you know it happens. Um, but we end up finding a guy with a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy game. It was oh crap, what's it called? Mario. Super Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy, original Game Boy. So I'm like, hey, I need all the Game Boy games I can get, anyways, and a Game Boy Color game. You know, all right, and a Game Boy Color having another console would definitely be good because I actually missed a potential sale, because I did not have one. So I'm all right, cool. Let's, you know, look at it. You know, see what we got going on. I messaged the guys. This is on Facebook Marketplace. I'll message them, and it was just like, you know, I'll take $40 on it because it's been on there for at least a week. It's been on there probably longer than that because I'm looking at my phone, but you know, my phone will rather say it's been on for like X amount of days until it hits a week, and then it just says it's been on for over a week. I don't have the app or anything like that, so I can't tell exactly how long it was on there for. So either way, I'm like, all right, cool. Let's look at it. You know, I'll swing by and look at it. Where you look at it? And he tells me, I'm like, all right, that's a 30-minute trip, but close to Lavender's parents and stuff like that. We know it's a normal trip for us. And it's like, well, do you ever come Fort Payne ways? Can I meet you somewhere? He's evidently he don't have transportation. I'm like, crap. Hey, Katie's here. All right. So we're like, all right, you know, $40. The game itself is like $15 to $20 on eBay. And the Game Boy Color is like $50 to $60 on eBay. These are prices that it actually sells. So $40 for like potentially $80, up to $80 in profit or sales, you know, that's 50%. That's, you know, for what we're doing, that's actually pretty good. So we drive up there, and I look at it. It's missing the battery. He told me that it did. No big deal. I'll buy one. Which I actually bought one within 30 minutes after we bought it. And I got an email today going, "Hey, we're out of stock." So they refunded me, and I had to buy another one. So hopefully they're in stock with it this time, or this other person's actually got one in stock. But we get there, look at it. It's a good shave. It's got like a little scratch on the screen, but it's hard to see it. And I was just like, "Oh, I like this thing." I'm like, me and Lavender was talking about it. It's like I may actually keep this one for the personal one and the one that we test games out on because I kind of like it better. It's the Neolithic Ice. It's a Japan model, but all Game Boy colors are region free, anyways. So it plays. I mean, it's the exact same thing as the US model. It don't matter. So I was like, I may keep this one, and I might sell the teal one. I may put a speaker on it, and because it's got a broken speaker on it, I may put a speaker on it and sell it because this one just looks cool. Got that '90s clear vibe on it and everything. A little bit easier on the eyes since it's not dark like that teal color. If I ever get a lime green one, that may be different. Lime green's the color that I had whenever I was a kid. That was my original Game Boy color. But things may change if I end up getting a lime green one. I digress. So talking to the guy, I hand him the money for it, and we're talking. It's like, hey, you said something about you don't have anything else for sale that's Game Boy related. Do you have something else video game wise that you're willing to sell? And he's like, well, my daughter's got an Xbox 360 that she don't do anything with. She's got a Switch now, so she hasn't touched that 360 in forever. She may be willing to sell it, but I'll warn you, it's rough. I'm like, I mean, if it works, I'll take a look at it. I ain't, it is what it is. Now, with that being said, I've got two Xbox 360s, two different generation models over here in the floor right now. Both of them needs work. They actually both need parts. One needs a disk drive. One needs a RF modulator. That's the actual thing that connects to the wireless controllers. It's actually out. So I just haven't bought the pieces and taken them apart to fix them yet. So if push comes to shove, if this thing's got an RF modulator, those things are like $15 on eBay. It's got a working power supply, which I need because I don't have enough power supplies for these other ones. So $20, whenever he walked out with it, it's like if it's in bad shape he is, I'm gonna add $20. Tell him $20. If he takes it, he takes it. It comes out. It's the third generation the Xbox 360. Got a power supply in it. It's got a third party wire controller. I'm like, all right, whatever, that's cool. And this thing is bright blue with like kind of like a sea foam green side to it. And I was like, I've never seen an Xbox 360 like this. So I'll pick it up and I'll look at it. Now this thing is filthy. And you can definitely tell they smoke cigarettes in the house. And I was just like, this isn't painted. Like I thought it was like for somebody might have painted it. No, this is actually how the Xbox came. And I've never seen one like this. I was like, all right, Now, as I'm looking at it though, the top, it's a third generation model. It's got it's got the vent for the exhaust, and it comes straight through the top. And it's that part of the case is broken. It's missing a good chunk about this big off the top of the case. And I was just like, crap, I probably ain't gonna be able to sell this thing, to be quite honest. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, $20. I'll give you, like I said something, I was thinking earlier about $20, if I can get it for, $20 worth of parts, that'd be cool. And I thought I was like, dude, I'll give you 20. He's like, well, let me ask my daughter if she'll be willing to sell it for that. And he goes inside the house and he comes back out and he's just like, yeah, she says she'll take 20 for it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Handed it to her. Now, I don't know what I would price this thing for because, like I said, it's missing a big chunk off the top of it. And I was just like, I was like, I know what I'll do. We've got a good working Xbox 360 that, we got hooked up at the house right now. I'll sell that. I'm going to end up selling that one, and this one I'll keep because, like I said, I don't know what to price this thing for. It's got that big broken top on it, and I was just like, I'd be afraid to sell it to somebody, or it's I don't, and somebody probably wouldn't want to buy it because it's broken, even if it works. I was just like, I'll keep it and I'll sell the one that we been testing games on. So the only thing I did is my little USB thumb drive that I use for storage. I took it out of this one, I slapped it in the back of it. It boots up, it works. I cleaned it up, perfectly good running Xbox 360. That's a blue and green seafoam color, and I'll bundle this one up, and I'll end up taking it with us. Or if I can't go Saturday, if I got to work and Lavender goes, she can carry it with her, and she have another Xbox to sell. Because like I said, we sold this last one. Now we got another one for sale. Really got to get parts for these other two and see if I can't get them working, and we can sell those also. But yeah, we ended up with that $60 for a working Xbox 360, Game Boy Color, and a like $15 and $20 Game Boy game. I actually ended up putting that game on eBay Sunday, and it sold today. I mean, it is literally right here. I've sold 2 Game Boy games. I sold the original. We had original Donkey Kong on Game Boy. It sold Saturday, and then we ended up getting Mario Land 2, listed it, and it sold today. Oh, I'm not working on it. It's Rome's. I don't fix Rome farms. I barely fix Roger farms. Um, but yeah, so all in all, as far as on the video game front, it was actually a fairly good weekend. Lavender got her some personal titles. She got Jak and Daxter 1 and 2, and Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2. So she came out pretty good, and then I forgot what I think it's like Nier. It was the name of the Xbox 360 game that she pulled out of that stack that I bought. So Lavender came out really good on the game front. She got 10 games. Like I said, I'm probably going to end up keeping this clear Game Boy. I like it. I think it's got that 90s charm of the having been, since it's like translucent and you can see the circuit board in it. I always thought that was kind of cool growing up because we had like the phones that were clear, and all the apples that were clear, all that kind of technology back then with the clear casing. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah. And like I said, this is a Japanese model. Japanese models usually end up selling a little bit less than US models. Unless you like modify them, stuff like that. So yeah, we came out pretty good on that front. We really did. Um, Going into Sunday we went to the Renaissance Fair in Scottsboro, Alabama. Now this actually makes our second visit to this one. That was the second year that they hosted this event. We went to the first one, and that was our first Renaissance Fair ever. Like we went dressed, in normal like clothing. Um, we were going to get stuff to dress up and go to it, but we didn't ever really take the time out to do it. And whenever we went to this one, we're like, all right, we'll check it out anyways. We'll go and see what's going on with it. And we had fun. We like all the vendors and stuff like that. They only had one act, but it was like this medieval fighting. And now they're straight up hitting each other, wearing medieval armor, straight up hitting each other with medieval weapons. Now they are blunted, they're dull, but regardless, it's full contact. They're like pushing each other around, pushing each other down. You're hearing the clanks and clangs and stuff like that. I mean, it was a good show. And so me and Lavender got bit by the bug of Renaissance Fair. And then immediately after that, we started lining up another one. And this was fall of last year. So yeah, they even took out a folding chair and went like wrestling, like WWE wrestling, and like was hitting each other with metal chairs. So if you ever been hit with a metal chair, it's actually not as bad as you think it. Just throwing that out there, it actually isn't. But it looks like it would be. Anyways, so we got bit by the bug, and we bought her. We started like Lavender was able to thrift her outfit. I say outfits plural because she's bought enough to make several outfits now. I, on the other hand, couldn't find crap. I am a 6'4", 260-pound person. Clothes that fit don't come easy. So I end up going to a site I highly recommend on there called it's Medieval Collectibles. If you ever get a chance, go online, look them up. Um, and gonna look at the TV. Uh, it and I bought my stuff from there. I bought pants, like this thick canvas pants, thick canvas shirt, leg wraps, and a water skin, and a wool hat. And I think no, I didn't get any pouches for. No, I did. I got a little small, little like cotton pouch that goes on your belt, and I got a belt from them. So that being said, me and Lavender, we got all dressed up, stuff like that. We found their next Renaissance Fair, which was earlier this year, and it was the North Georgia Renaissance Fair. Katie Delicate went with us with that one, and we all three of us went. We all three dressed up, went to it. We we got there at open, and we stayed until it closed. We were dead tired walking around this area. Had a blast. All the acts and stuff like that. Beautiful experience. It even rained the first part of it, and I loved it for the rain. I know I've talked about it in the past in the, as far as in like in one of my previous like streams. If you want to hear about it, ask, but I ain't gonna go. Then our Mountain Lavender's third one, the second one that we went to this year was at the Somerville Mini Ren Fair. That was a little odd. It's like Somerville, Alabama is a little bit of a redneck of a town, and it's kind of surprising that they had a Renaissance fair in their little public park. It was a little awkward because you had Renaissance music going on in one area, kind of a medieval vibe, and then you got, country music being blared at another stall. Just like I said, it was odd, you know. So I had fun in it though. I actually ended up picking up my ring, and I forgot to wear it this past weekend. I didn't realize it till I got to the Renaissance Fair, and I looked at this one like wooden mug that I forgot it, and I was like sad after that point. But we went to the Somerville one, and this is like I said, this is the second time Scottsboro had a Renaissance Fair. This is our fourth Renaissance Fair that we've gone to. The second time at this one. We went there with the oldest two of our kids, and it was fun. Like when we got there, it was cool. Wasn't too bad though, and it started at 12, and it's definitely grown since last year. And there was, even for like it being like the second day of this Renaissance Fair, uh, still a lot of people that showed up and was showing up on a Sunday. So for a 2-day event and for the amount of people that was there, that was pretty good. I definitely believe, which we're actually friends with one of the event organizers. Yeah, let's go ahead and say that this is going to end up being an annual event in Scottsboro. This is the second one. It's grown, and the amount of people who went to it has grown also. So definitely looking forward to the third one. Uh, but we go around looking at vendors, and the oldest, well, I just tell him to run off. He like, do whatever, dude. You're 17 years old. You do not have to be sticking with me. Go have fun. And Lavender and Bug, they run off, do their thing. So I'm just literally just walking through, not a care in the world. I'm just kind of looking at things. I almost bought a longbow, but I talked myself out of it. And I found an actual like wooden mug, like it looks like a barrel, like how a barrel would be made, but it's a mug form. And it actually the burnt engraving on the side of it is actually it's got the same tree engraving that's on my ring. And I was just like, huh. And I picked it up, and then like the inside of it, it's epoxied, so it will obviously seal. You can put liquids in it. And I looked at the price at the bottom of it, and it was like $55. So I was like, no, I'm not paying $55 for that cup. Yeah, that's well, it's kind of a common tree design. It's round, but it's like tree with the roots. Then it kind of rounds off at the bottom, and then branches, but it's obviously rounded out because it's like a circle that's around it. Like whenever you see the engraving on my ring, you'll know you've just seen this before. Yeah, the tree of life. Thank you, Lavender. So, but it kind of like caught me off guard too whenever I walked in there because the person that was in there, the lady that was selling stuff, she was playing like in character type deal. Because she's like, evening. I was like, and I was like, hello. And she was just like, so did you camp here with all the warriors and this and that? And I was just like, what? No. And then it clicked and it's, oh, she's actually playing character. I'm like, I'm not used to this in Scottsboro. And I was just like, no, I'm just passing traveler. I just come to look at your wares. And she's like, oh, and I was just like, so either way. So, but yeah, I saw that. And then as we were there, the longer they were there, the colder it starts to become. And what it is, cloud cover's coming in, and that cold front that hit Alabama hit right in the middle of us being in the Ren Fair. We only stayed for a couple, almost a little under 2 hours. That was it. We wanted to stay longer, but it was getting cold, which it was only going to last, I think, for 6 hours that day. And we yeah, no, it's actually snowed. It's actually snowed. It flurried over here like at about like 12 o'clock today. Yeah, Lavender's hands were freezing, and so we only ended up staying a little bit less than 2 hours. And yeah, I think we really missed out. Saturday was a lot better weather. Unfortunately, it's just the fact that we were planning on going to that trade day and selling stuff. Um, no, they had better weather, and they also had stage acts for Saturday, but they did not show up for Sunday. I guess they didn't think anybody was going to show up that second day. I think they even had a couple of vendors only come in for Saturday, and they didn't stay for Sunday. I guess I guess everybody expected not to have like a large crowd for Sunday, and it still had a good crowd there. Despite the weather there and being on a Sunday, it still had a good crowd on a Sunday. I mean, like I'm really hoping this grows for them because it's been the first two times we've been there, even though I guess you could say it's our home Ren Fair is what we feel like it's our home Ren Fair. It's actually grown, it's actually picking up, and I hope it keeps doing that, especially for Adam and all the game that's producing this thing. So hmm oh yeah. There's people coming in from Huntsville. Come to find out, Lavender read the story, but evidently some people who do Ren Fairs and stuff like that, that's from Huntsville, came down. Now, there is like a Scottish medieval day, and I think Grant. But if you look at the pictures of it and stuff like that, it's not very big. You're probably looking at like maybe 40, 50 people from what it looks like. And So they've got something like that up there, but it's never gotten that big. But they came down to the Scottsboro one and were blown away by it. So they did a big write up on it, and Lavender said, like in the comments, there's a bunch of people. It's like, wow, we didn't know Scottsboro had something like this, and they're doing it on a Sunday too. We're gonna plan on going to it tomorrow. It's like, hey, well, we got nothing going on. Well, I think we're gonna end up going to it. And like I said, there was a lot of people who showed up. Like we drive about 35, 40 minutes to go to it. To us, we're used to going to Scottsboro. I'm used to driving Scottsboro. I actually want to fly out to this boat. But oh, I forgot all about these dudes. Lavender has an ad. Oh, the ad would start. I'll hold up for them who's got the ads and all that. But I'm trying to think of a different way to post this. I guess that'll work for now. But I don't know what to do. I'm gonna twist it around a little bit. There we go. Oh, I kind of like that. Elsie Peasant. We really need to do something like I love this map right here, though. I do love how that map is inside of that. I like how it's just like black. Or, I guess not the way it's the black and white, but also Lavender. I want to show off the zoo. All right, let me go get some rockets. I'll go that way. All right. Shield. He's in that. That thing's still running? I thought I turned it off. I don't hear it. No, it's off. I really produced the crap out of them. Alright, cool. That's actually almost empty, so. Hello!
Hi. Watch the thingy.
I will. I ain't gonna watch it right now.
Ah.
After I get done streaming.
Ah.
I have to be all disgruntled about it. Jeez.
Hey, she's pressuring me.
No. But yeah. Forgot. Kelsey's waiting on that video.
Wait, I did.
Yeah. So, but like, I had a blast. I actually, like, me and Lavender had our pictures taken at the Summerable one as was actually leaving. And then, I was waiting with Bug. Lavender was, walking around, I can't remember where the zoo's at. There it is. So, so I stayed with, Bug, and she was getting a hentai. Ow. What's up for? But Bug was getting, like, this little hentai thing on her arm. And so I was with her, so Lavender henna. Yeah, thank you. This henna thing on her arm. So I was staying with Bug, so Lavender can, walk around her own and look at some stuff. And what? Anyways, I don't know what they're going on about. So she was doing that, and there's a tree right beside it, and a pile of leaves around it. So I sit down on this pile of leaves, and I get comfortable. And I'm like, just like lean back on it, and I was just like, all right, nice, easy, comfortable, relaxed. Dang, they put some work into this place. Looking good. I like the penguin. It's just, yeah, I like the penguin. I don't know where they're at. Where are they? Are they even down here? Oh. So we I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear click of a camera. And I'm just like, what? So I look over, and there's this big lens pointed straight at me from about like 20 feet away. And I'm just like, oh, somebody's taking my picture. And I look over and I see them, they look at me, and she kind of lowers the camera. I just kind of like give her a little thumbs up, and I go back to resting. I hear click, 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 and I was just like, yeah, I'm in somebody's like photo thing now. So I'm waiting. No, I'm waiting to see that on Facebook so I can actually get that picture off of it. I was stealing that picture.
Hey.
Hello.
So you went and you just ran into somebody's photo shoot, or
No, I
you just
was the
seen
photo.
part of it?
I was the photo shoot.
Oh, you just didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. Like people go around taking pictures of like other people because there's a lot of people who dress up at these things. Like Lavender was a pirate, and I was like you can say rather a peasant or a merchant, I guess you can say. But like literally, I was just relaxed, you know, kind of staring off into space type deal. And wow, you've been putting some work in.
Yeah.
Lavender, I did this whole part up here. Look.
You got up there
Yeah.
finally?
I do that. A-frame. I guess the photo paper right here.
I did this whole part.
But yeah. So
Good job, Gia.
You just did 90% of the other parts, but it's fine.
Yeah. Just 90% of it.
It's fine.
one day I might get a wild hair and dress up in my Renfire outfit on stream. Everybody can see it then.
Do it.
I mean, it's not, to me, it's not that much. I guess I honestly think it's just the beard.
No, you look really good.
You're supposed to say that, though. You're married to me.
Yeah. It's your script.
There it is.
But yeah, it definitely have fun with it. I was just like not a care in the world, just lean back from, you know, or when I was walking around, I was just kind of, you know, just had a stroll to me. It's to me, it's relaxing. Like I was listening, X amount of followers equal costume stream. Yeah. Like, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I've been like stuck at 275 followers for like over a month now. My follower count's been going up and down because a lot of the followers I get is actually like people who like, you know, people who like do all these like designs for other people for their streams and stuff like that, and then they unfollow me because I'm not gonna buy their product.
Hi, Coop.
But yeah, and like literally going to these Renaissance fairs, and when I just go and walk around these things, you know, it's really, it's nice and it's relaxing, and it's like if you like them or not, like I'll like listen to Joe Rogan podcast. Like, granted, some of the stuff I like listening to, some of it is just like that's just machoism. You know, that's like straight up machoism. That's too much. Now, but they were talking about this thing, and I think it really qualifies as far as what I believe this right here, like what I feel is the fact that they were talking about going to concerts. And how people like going to concerts, and then you get this kind of like, it's like that mob mentality, but it's for like, you know, everybody's there and they have, you know, they all feel like because you get in this mob mentality and you're enjoying this music and everybody's got the same feeling, you know, and everybody's got like this whole group thing going on, and it's really nice. Like you go to the concert, everybody's there for that one thing, and you get like this mass feeling, and it's really great. And that's how I feel going to Renaissance fairs. It's the fact that, you know, whenever I go to a Renaissance fair, there's no technology. Now, he wouldn't believe it, but I like not really being around a lot of electronics and technology. And this is coming from, obviously, yes, I know this is coming from the person who buys and sells vintage video games and streams on Twitch 3 days a week. And, I work a very technological machine for work. I work a tube laser CNC machine, you know. So I'm around technology 24/7. And when I get to go to a Ren fair, to me, it's a very great experience. You've only been to one. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. And go dressed up. Like if you get an opportunity, go to thrift stores. Like I wish I could find more stuff that would fit me in thrift stores. I honestly do. Where's that stupid slime at? On my roof. Isn't it like on the top? No. Here it. Oh, there it is. It's on my redstone downstairs. Great. That's wonderful. But yeah, I would highly recommend. If you like going to one, you'll go to more. Like I said, go dressed up too. Because when you dress up, you'll actually have people like give you like trade trinkets. We forgot to bring trade trinkets to this one. But a lot of the vendors have like trinket trade setups where you go in, you drop something into the little whatever they got set up, and you pull something back out. You're trading trinkets. And a lot of Ren fairs have like marked designated areas for that. And some people will trade trinkets or even give you trinkets or something like that while you're there. Matter of fact, this guy gave me a little fruit snack thing because he loved how I was dressed up, and like I said, it's the beard. I got a compliment on the beard. I'm telling you, the beard gets attention. Anyways, so we go like we're going to one. We went to that one, had a blast at it. I go through, like I said, I go through these things. No electronics, medieval atmosphere. I'm dressed up as a peasant, or I won't say necessarily peasant. I'm probably dressed up like maybe like a noble or something like that. And I'm going through these things. I'll go through it. I'll walking through, not a care in the world. I'm telling you, it's really nice. Oh no, I crashed. But I enjoyed it. Like every time I go to one of these things, there's not been a time where I haven't enjoyed. That's one way to look at it, Geo. So we've been like, oh, she was trying to place the lantern in a undesignated spot, but I can't wait. I cannot wait into the next one that we're going to. It's back at the North Georgia Renaissance Fair. Now, if you haven't heard me talk about this before, this is a fairly big size Renaissance Fair. This location it's set up for this one Renaissance Fair. It's made, the sole purpose is Renaissance fairs, and they do it twice a year. They do one during like kind of between spring and summer, and it's from like God, I can't remember what time in the morning, but it's like morning to afternoon to evening type deal. So you're there all during the day, and they've got, I think, from 10 to 6. Thank you, Katie. They've got 4 big stages for stage acts constantly going. Each stage has 2 rotating acts on it. There is a multitude of food vendors. There's all kinds of other vendors, from 3D printed objects to handmade gowns and corsets, custom leather working. They even, like, I don't have it, it's inside the house, but I actually had a coin pressed because they actually have like this, like, like basically it's what they call a hammer, but what it is a big, heavy cast metal with a die on the top that they like wrote, like, they pull it up in the air with a pulley system and a crank, and then they got like a little release on it, and it comes down, it slams your coin and it like you can get like custom bronze coins made there, you know, with like these dies that they have. And I've actually, like I said, I've got one inside the house. Um, that's no good. She's got the lantern book. Yeah, it's always when Legio complains. Yeah, Lavender may be doing that, placing that lantern on purpose. She may be like, "What spot was that again?" And it clicked. Bye, Geo. Yeah, an escape artist, jester. Oh, the well washing winches. They were hilarious. Very adult oriented, but hilarious. Um, the jousting, they had like a full size like medieval jousting. Um, it's like there's a lot there. I mean, you can go. Yeah, those winches are hilarious. Like it's adult oriented though for sure. They even warned, like there was a couple of, like 12, 13, 14-year-old kids in the audience, and they warned the parents beforehand. Um, but yeah, it like you can go. And we went and we spent all day there, and I promise you, we did not see everything. Like you cannot see it all in one day. It's how big this place. And everything there is a medieval Renaissance oriented. If you like, everything there is set in a building, like all the buildings are built like you would see in a Renaissance or a medieval like movie, or what you expect to see in that time frame. And I'm not talking about like facades, just the front facades, and then you walk in and it's just like a typical building. No, no. Everything is built to some type of like medieval Renaissance spec. Every bit of it. Everybody, like, because what it is, they sell they rent shop spaces to people to set up that way they can set up there. And they have a strict like guidelines that they have to abide by to set up at these things. You can't just bring folding tables into these places. No, I mean, you have, even you or people that are working for you have to be dressed in costume. And a lot of the food vendors there are owned by that the Renaissance Fair, and all their employees have to be dressed up. Yeah, they even there was a band of bards playing as we were leaving. And there were people dancing around in the main like front square portion, and like this basically it's like a giant gate that you're walking into, like you're walking into like a castle gate. This place was crazy, and like it was so cool. If you're ever in the Georgia area at the time, like the spring or the fall when this goes on, I highly recommend it. Like we're going back. This is our second time. We went during the spring one. The fall one though, the fall one actually starts during the afternoon and runs all the way up until 9 o'clock p.m. Like, so this is like a lot of this is going to be during the night. And Katie, I'm going ahead and telling you, make sure to dress warm. I will say that much. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We've got our tickets. Katie actually bought the tickets this time, and we'll be driving down there. And yeah, I can't wait. Like, honestly, like the first time was so awesome. Like I said, we couldn't even walk at all. We didn't even go through like the little garden area that they had set up. Like I saw it, and it like, hey, we need to go check that out. And I forgot all about it because I was looking at all the other stuff. Yeah, gloves wool. I'm actually trying. I'm thinking about. I saw where people were taking like those like wool, those cheap wool like quilts from Walmart and making them into hoodies. So I'm gonna kind of look into that and see what I can figure out how to do that. Like I still got plenty of leather, I think, to make something like that for like maybe me and Lavender. So I'm definitely gonna look into that. Um, It's a rum. I'm not even gonna say damn it for it. He just he's late. Rum is late. But but yeah, like I honestly can't wait. I know they've got new acts. I think I forgot what all they actually got coming in this time. I know there's new different acts this time around than there was from the spring fall festival. I know they got a couple of vendors that swapped out. Um because it's a rum. That's what he's known for. So I honestly can't wait. I'm going to actually look into like that, like far as like I said, as far as like an actual like taking like a wool blanket and turning it into a hoodie type deal. Like I said, I got leather strips that I'll be able to incorporate with it, and really looking forward to that. I still got to make the belt thing for Lavender skirt, which I don't think she's going to be wearing it this time. She wore her like skirt to the Scottsboro one, and when it got cold, she's like, "Nope, we're done with this." I think she's going witchy next time. But really, I can't say it enough. I'm looking forward to this. I think the main thing I think I'm going to be doing, like my legs this past weekend stayed warm. I didn't have any trouble with my legs or anything like that. I wear wool socks pretty much religiously, anyways. And I got some thicker wool socks I wear in the winter, and I'll probably end up wearing them. Like I said, the canvas or the this cloth, it's cotton canvas material is what my pants and my shirts made out of. And
Most
yeah,
wonderful thing about tickers is that tickers are wonderful things.
wow. Uh, but
That got caught on stream.
yes, it did.
Yeah.
But Jesus. Anyways, so but my legs stayed warm. Like I got leg wraps, and the purpose of the leg wraps are like during like the
What you say?
just
Here again.
Kelsey being Kelsey.
Hey Roger, how
What
much
she
space
say?
do you have in your inventory?
A decent amount. Wow. What are you putting in my inventory? I don't agree to this.
Do you know that Walt Disney was a high school dropout?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But but my legs, like I said, like with that cotton canvas material and like my leg wraps, which you wear the leg wraps in the summer to keep bugs from like climbing up into your pants because these are really baggy. They're like, as far as they have like a cinch to, like underneath your knee to tie off. Then you wrap the bottom part of it so to keep them from like just opening up. And then like I know like you can use arm wraps, like forearm wraps, and I thought about getting some of those. I don't think I don't know if I'll order any, I don't think I'll be ordering them like for this year. I might later. But I know like you can use like a forearm wrap as part of like your kit,
In Disney World, they have like
and then
secret tunnels underneath.
you
They're
can
like as big as San Francisco. Now you left.
trying to think. Um there's that, but what I'm probably gonna end up doing is actually just wearing like a long sleeve like t-shirt underneath it because like this it's cinched tied there at the wrist, and I was getting a little bit of wind in on that. So I was having to kind of like do this number, but whenever I just literally took my hands underneath my sleeves, I was warm, like really warm. And then my cap is a Renaissance era cap, and what it is basically, it's just like you can pick it up and basically use it as a giant bag type deal. It don't have like a brim or anything on it. So, but whenever I put it on, usually have it like just kind of tilted off to the side. But whenever like I was just like, all right, but whenever it started getting cold and the wind was picking up, I took it and I was able to actually kind of pull it down a little bit more to get it right above my ears, and I was able to level it out, and folded over both my ears and just had the rest of it like kind of draped off the back. I was like, I can live with this. So it was actually, I was able to keep my, most of my head warm too, which luckily, beard. So I was able to keep my face warm with that. It's definitely looking forward to it. Like I'm already trying to plan how I'm going to stay warm, stuff like that. I'm going to look into like maybe making cloaks because I was looking them up online. Wool cloaks are pretty damn expensive, like like 70-80 dollars. You can pick up like cotton canvas ones for like 30 off of medieval collectibles. They're $30 to $40 somewhere in that area. And I was just like, it's not bad, but I really, really am fond of wool. I just really am. Yeah, we don't have to talk about McDonald's. It makes sales. With him saying that now, it's just like, I know I got to go look at it because something's happened to me. It's been vandalized probably again. It happens at least once a week. Oh, I'm out of drink. Out of drink. I'm probably gonna am at the probably need to find like some type of actual like glove also. And then after that, I'm pretty well set up. And while I'm thinking about it, the cell phone holder that I actually stitched, I actually made, um, like it worked great. Like I don't have a way of actually clasping it closed. So what I've been doing is just kind of like tucking it back inside of it, the flap. I tuck it back inside of the actual pouch itself. And yeah, it is it worked flawlessly. No issues. The stitching's holding great. As far as my actual like big piece like that I made, like I guess you could say in a more professional manner, because I made that sword frog or the thing that holds like a sword in place. I made it, but I just kind of like threw it together. And but with this actually being like it looks more professionally done, I guess you could say. You can definitely tell an amateur did it, but at the same time it looks a lot better. It looks like there's a lot of effort put into it, which I did put a lot of effort into it. I try to do everything the kind of more correct way, I guess you could put it. And it did well. It did really well. I mean, I was really happy with it. So I've got 3 pouches. I got my kind of oval one that's flat on top with it's actually got like a nice little cinch to it that I bought, which I paid $60 for that, and also my coin purse, my big coin purse. But like it's definitely been worth it. I wish that guy that I bought it from was set up there this year. I didn't see him. I really wish I would, or he would have been there. Because I was like, hey, dude, I love your stuff. You know, this thing's made it. This is like Ren Fair number 4 for this, and look at it. It's holding up great. He did a great job with it. Waxed it and everything. Just tremendous job. But I got that. I got my little cotton pouch that I put my wallet in, and then of course I got my phone one now. And yeah, I love that. Like help all that really just came together real well. Oh man, to the bed. All right, guys. I need to take a little like 5 or a couple minute break. The ad's about to start anyways. I need to run to the restroom and then I will be back. The ad will probably be over before I get back, but you can stare at the wall. Oh, oh man. Ads, I got about 30 more seconds left into them. Oh, they'd be hopefully soon, like ending soon, I hope. Huh. Oh, that's the wrong chat. There we go. We'll put it right there. See how well that does. There we go. Everybody should be coming back in from the ads. Kelsey Lewis felt left out. Don't worry, Kelsey. We love you too. But yeah, so yeah, the pouch worked well. Really, really cannot complain about it. Yeah, Kelsey literally messaged me that, like, she did ask me something about far as like lavender stuff, but Kelsey literally messaged me and she's like, I'm 25, except for in the US, I'm 24. And it's like, I don't know what that means. Like, literally, because it was just like past midnight there and she just turned 25. And then I was just like, what? Why? Oh, God. One of the many things we love about Kelsey. Oh, I got a hat for tomorrow. Me and Lavender was walking through Walmart. And and like they got like some like PlayStations, like merchandise and stuff like that in our local Walmart. And one of them is actually like a hat, and it's got like this like white rope coming across the bill right there, but it's got the big PlayStation logo, and underneath it, it's got Japanese lettering, which I made sure to look up, and it does just say PlayStation on it. So I end up getting it, and I'm going to be wearing it for tomorrow's stream when I play the PlayStation. I figured that would be like a good thing, like kind of like tie in. I like the hat. It's a nice little decent hat. I mean, it's not the great. It's not a high quality hat, but for what it is, it's cool. Like uh, I have like cheap hats. I'm not a hat aficionado by any means, but I do love function over like anything. I value that more than anything, especially in my clothes. It's like longevity and function. And that's like I said, I have like different wool socks, and I wear wool socks throughout the year. But like I'm wearing like my work thin work wool socks right now. And then like whenever it actually starts getting a lot colder, I've got like these real thick wool socks. But like this is like a cheaper hat that I bought because I started getting a headache because my eyes were just like not having it for the day, and I ended up buying like this. This is where this actually hat came from, is because I bought it at Walmart because I needed a hat. I've had it for a few years now, and this has been a good like work hat if I'm doing like work outside in the hat. Because literally it's just like I don't care anything about this getting dirty or anything like that, and it's made out of a canvas material, so it's got a decent grade material to it. It's not like, I won't say it's the most comfortable thing ever, but at the same time, I don't have to worry about it getting messed up. So. And what? Anyways, so but yeah, it's made out of like a thinner, like a cotton-esque material and stuff like that. So like I said, I thought it would be a good little tie-in to wear, like far as like when I do like the PlayStation 2 streams and stuff like that. So, oh, I'll go over there here in a second and take a look at it. I can't wait till tomorrow's stream. Really can't wait for tomorrow's stream. I'll be playing this. One of the things I actually don't normally do is leave games inside of systems. I usually take them back out and put them in a I know what that means. Uh, but I think the game's already should still be in there. And like literally, I gotta just flip the power switch on, hit the reset button, and just like game time. I literally can't wait. Um, and another thing too is the fact that I've been doing, I've been playing the original Pokemon Red. I got a copy of the original Pokemon on Game Boy, and I've been doing what's called a Nuzlocke challenge. I can't remember if I talked about this on stream or not, but during the evenings, right before I go to bed, instead of like staring at my phone or anything like that, I'll play my Game Boy. And I've been doing this Nuzlocke challenge now for a little bit. I think about 15 hours in, and I'm almost halfway through. I'm actually at the fourth gym, almost done with the fourth gym right now. And if you're not familiar with the Nuzlocke challenge, it's like a series of different things you have to go by. And I'm not going through all of them perfectly. I guess you could say I'm going through like the original version of the Nuzlocke. But there's been like roles added and amended over time, stuff like that. But I'm not going through like the most difficult run of it. So going through that, and I've been also researching on how to mod 3DSs, or as far as the Nintendo 3DS. So one of the things that I've been doing is like looking into like how to mod them and what you can do with modded 3DSs. And I was like, all right, that's all cool. That's awesome. I'm figuring out how to do it. And so I'm like, all right, checking it out, figuring out, and I have this old 3DS system and it doesn't work properly. I was going to sell it, but it's got a short in it, and the 3D slider doesn't work. It stays in 3D mode. Even if you slide it off, it still stays in 3D mode. So obviously something's broken there. And what you have to do to fix that or to check it out to see what it is, you actually have to completely pry off that front screen, the entire thing. You gotta be careful or else it'll break in half. And then after that, you gotta clean all the adhesive off of it, and then you gotta re-glue it down. I'm like, it's not worth it. You can, in the parental controls, you can turn the 3D off that way. Just bypass the switch and turn it off or on, regardless of where that switch is at. And I've got it turned off. So I'm like, all right. So I was like, I'm not selling this thing. Like, it's got that short in it, and it's like I haven't had time to try to like um really open it up and figure it out. Think it's the battery, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm gonna try to mod this thing. So I ended up one night and ended up staying up a little bit too late, but I end up modding it without it messing. And then, I was like, all right, cool. And then I realized you can actually broadcast with that thing to your computer. There's software on a modded you can put on your modded 3DS where you can actually put, your screen, whatever's over all on your screen, and upload, or upload it live to your computer. And I was just like, look into this because I could also stream really easy playing a 3DS. Now, I won't be doing that with this one I just modded. like the original small 3DS. Like I said, it's also got that short in the I think it's in the battery. So obviously, I won't be doing it with that one. But I have a 3DS XL, and it's actually complete. I bought it in a big lot of stuff, and I originally was intending on selling this thing. I've got the box. It's complete in the box. It's got some scratches on the case. You know, it is a used system, but all in all, it's actually a pretty great system. It's been mostly kept in one of those old foam Nerf cases that they sold, and I actually got it in it now. And or like I said, the original thought process was to sell this. You know, that's what I've been doing, but I've always wanted a 3DS XL, and I was just like, all right, I want to play a little on it, and I've been playing Pokemon X on it, you know, here and there, and I was just like, I really like this thing. I really, really like this thing. You know, I was like, I really don't want to get rid of it. So I'm gonna probably end up keeping it, but if I keep it, I'm gonna mod it. So I've already ordered the SD card that I need to get it, and whenever that comes in, I'm gonna end up modding this system. Um, if whenever I do that though, I was also thinking, I was like, I've been doing these Nuzlocke challenges and stuff like that, and I'm thinking that might be something else that I could stream. Like Pokemon's got a huge fan base anyways, and I was just like, it might bring some more eyes on the stream. If it does, it does. If it don't, it don't. But at the same time, I think with me, if I'm going to play a video game anyways, I'm probably going to end up, for a few hours. You might as well stream it. So I love that XL. I really do. The problem is though, is I'm a big guy. I mean, like seriously, you know, up. This is a large cell phone, and my hands are huge. Drop that package. Uh, so yeah, I'm a big guy, and the original 3DSs are not comfortable in my hands. That's the problem with older video game systems. They're all targeted to kids, and for adult people, especially larger adults like me. Good night, Kelsey. But for like larger adults like myself, it's it's uncomfortable. Like literally just can't I can't yeah, the tininess, just no. Not comfortable. So yeah. I'm thinking, I'm gonna end up keeping the XL, and then I'm gonna mod it, and then I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna test it. Yeah, that's I've got one now too. Like matter of fact, the box, hold on. When I bought it, like I said, it was like it still had a box. Here's the box for it right here. It's still got it's still got the packing stuff in it. It still has the paperwork in it. It still has the 3D reader cards in it. So yeah. Oh God, yeah. So yes, I am a eat large man. So yeah, here, yeah, you know how big these things are, and the box is bigger than that, and you can see it how, yeah. So that's another thing too. So I got, it's called Neolithic Ice. It's this Game Boy Colors case. It's the clear shell. Good night, Kelsey. It's a clear shell Game Boy, not the purple, but it's just clear. A clear plastic case Game Boy Color that I got the other day, and like I said, I'm thinking about keeping it. But with that being said, if I'm going to be keeping this thing, I'm also thinking about modding it, because you can actually get backlit screens for these things. So that's something else that I'm gonna probably be looking into. And evidently, there's a market like if you could like put the backlit screens in them, and you can buy the consoles cheap enough. I think a backlit Game Boy Color sells for like $110. Oh yeah, you're talking about like the old Apple computers. They had like different colors, or like the blue ones. I think they had green, orange, red. I remember like the mid to late '90s like telephones. If you're young, you won't know this, but your telephone was actually attached to a line in your house. And I also remember the clear like telephones. Though you could actually see like it was all like colorful inside of it. They had like the resistors and stuff like that, different colors, and the circuit board was like neon colored. Why kill Roger?
No.
Why kill Roger? I don't agree with this.
No, don't leave. I ain't gonna kill you.
Brum just said kill Roger.
Yeah, well, that's Brum.
I don't agree with any of this. Why you following me?
Why you keep running?
Because I don't agree with the whole murdering Roger.
Yeah, like, come on. I was just wanted to say stuff to you.
Like what?
Like what? You wanna know Disney facts?
Do I what?
Disney facts?
Disney facts? Not offhand.
No, I want to tell you them.
Oh,
Alright, so halfway through the song, Be Prepared in The Lion King, Jim Cummings had to finish the song because Jeremy Irons, like, what's it called? I don't know, we hear his voice or something halfway through the song, so Jim Cummings had to finish it.
uh-huh.
Is that cool?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's sad. Anyway, let's see, what else? The Disney Tower, or the Disney, not tower, Disney Castle, they had to make it just under 80 feet because if they did it right there, or like above 80 feet, they would have to take it down because of airplanes or helicopters and stuff.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
they didn't want to put like a thingy on top of it to like signal planes that there's a thing nearby.
That I actually heard before, because yeah, if they would go any taller than that, they actually have to put like a one of those rotating lights or a flashing light on it to notify aircraft, that it was at a certain level, footage level.
Yeah, so they didn't want to do that, so they put it right under it. It's at
Yep.
77 feet.
Yeah,
And
I do
also-
remember hearing that.
Yeah. Also, in the Chinese version of I'll Make a Man Out of You in Mulan, the person who sang I'll Make a Man Out of You is Jackie Chan. He did the Chinese version
Oh yeah.
of singing the song. So I like that one. And also, Danny Elfman was not originally going to be the singing voice of Jack Skellington in Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, he was just, like, making the songs, and, I guess they still didn't have a singing person, so I guess he was, like, demonstrating of how to sing it, and so he just ended up doing it.
Just end up doing it regardless.
Yeah. He ain't the speaking voice, though, he's just the singing one. My sister told me she could have lived her life without knowing that. But oh well, it's fine. Let's see, what else is there?
I never had that problem. The only phone we had in our house was just in the kitchen. You can still see the remnants of where it was at.
Ooh, and the Disney World castle, it's made out of fiberglass instead of stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it's like basic like construction stuff, art stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've had to do like mess with kind of that stuff when I used to have to hang up signs and things like that.
Let's see. What else is there? What else? What else? I actually just found this one out, but apparently, it's a small world. That ride is probably it's around 40 square miles of how big that ride is. Apparently, it's like this about the size of San Francisco,
Oh, it's the
or not?
crap.
Is it?
It's not the size of San Francisco, but like the track of it is like very long or something like that. I forgot what it is, or I
Yeah, well,
forgot
it's
what.
like it's not the exact size. It's about it.
Yeah, it's huge ride. It's actually a
Yeah.
bigger ride than a lot of people actually realize.
Mm-hmm. And let's see. Let's see. All right. Well, this is an everyone knows fact, but I'm still gonna say it. Walt Disney was the very first voice of Mickey. Everybody knows that. Did you know that?
I may have heard it. I couldn't say for sure. If I did, I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was the first voice of Mickey. And the old voice actors for Mickey and Minnie Mouse, they're married in real life.
Mm.
And I thought that was pretty cool. It's pretty sweet. Let's see. There are secret tunnels under Magic Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't really fully know what they use them for.
It's for the stage actors and also emergency personnel to be able to move through the park without being seen.
I had a feeling it was like for the characters.
Mm-hmm. Like for instance, you don't ever see anybody ever getting toted off in a stretcher. It's because they use those like thicker passageways under the tunnels and stuff.
Yeah.
And then also like for stage actors, if they're not fully costume or anything like that, they can use those to get where they need to be. Hey, I got one of Lavender Suckers
That
done, emptied out. Go, Golems, go.
And I think you know this one, but of course, like Pirates of the Caribbean was made because of the ride at Disneyland.
Oh, you're talking about the
The series, the
yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that's not the first time they tried that though?
Explain? I might
That's
not.
not the first movie based off of a Disney ride.
Oh yeah. I forgot
No.
which ride it was. I do know they did
Tower
do
of Terror.
one though.
The Tower of
Terror.
Terror was the first attempt.
Yeah. It's not the best Disney movie I've seen.
Mm.
It's okay. Ooh, Haunted Mansion though. That's another one. They did do a movie of Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, or that's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. I don't think it's Tower of Terror. I think it was that one that they did first.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
I tried to watch it when I was little, but I got too scared for some reason, so I never finished watching it. I need to rewatch it. I bet if I watch it now, it's just gonna be goofy.
Probably.
Although one movie that I'll never finish, because I don't really want to watch it again, is Coraline. Like, they say that's a kid's movie. That is not a kid's movie. That thing is terrifying.
That's a little weird for a kid's movie.
Yeah. It's like very weird stuff in it. Yeah, I do not like Coraline.
It was different. Like,
I ain't never finishing that.
did you know, like, even though like how popular the Nightmare Before Christmas is that a movie actually initially bombed Like
You
when
mean
it first,
bombed?
like was it like nobody went and watched it and it didn't make its money back when it first came out in theaters.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it literally was a everybody was thought it was everybody said it was a terrible movie when it came out, and nobody went and watched it. But yeah, it became a cult classic for goth kids. Yeah, that's all it was too. Like, I'm gonna be quite honest, and you can rake me through the coals. I don't care. I'm going to say that that movie is even though it's now like a what it is. I still to this day don't think it's a good movie. Like
Hey, I kind of got sidetracked. What movie we talking about?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Wait, what? You don't like it?
No, I honestly, to this day, I remember watching it like whenever I was younger, and then like even like I had it like on like at my, I actually got it on my PSP and watched it. It was the first time I watched it, and whenever I watched it and I watched it all the way through, and like basically it's a movie about a guy, like the most popular guy, but he's so depressed because he has everything. He took it away from Santa Claus. He took his holiday away from him, and then he's got a woman that's in love with him that he completely ignores.
Yeah, I mean, the storyline is weird. I did thought it was weird of how, like, they never really talked to each other, but then they randomly became in love. That is kind of weird.
Yeah,
But
like
I still like it. I still love the movie. I love
I
the
know.
songs in it.
I mean, as far as presentation, yes, they did a great job on presentation. Storyline sucked. Not, it is what it is. Storyline sucked.
It was confusing.
Not a good movie.
Although, you want to talk about storyline, what I do not, a Disney movie that I do not like at all is Chicken Little. I do not like that movie.
I never watched that one. I was in my way into my teenage adult years whenever that came out without, a reason to watch something like that.
For it.
I was too old for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just do not like Chicken Little. Like, you telling me, like, a whole bunch of Disney producers, like, geniuses, thought about a movie who thought about a chicken who thought the sky was falling. And then aliens decided to come. And, like, it was confusing.
Sounds like there's a lot to that. There's a lot to, like, break down in that. They kept trying to push the envelope. I mean, it happens all the time.
I love Pixar. I like Disney Pixar better than regular Disney. I feel like they just make better movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, they kind of been stumbling. Although Elio wasn't that bad. I liked it. Definitely not the best movie that they've done. My favorite Pixar movie is Up. I love that movie.
Up was pretty good. I did watch Up.
I love Up.
Monster 6 was a wonderful movie. Monster 6 also, that was a good original. That was a good original concept too.
I love Monsters Inc. I do like Monsters University too. Or some good old classic Pixar movies. Well, obviously Toy Story, the first one.
Yeah. Toy Story had a good original concept to it. Well, I won't say original.
Toy Story 4.
I won't say it was original concept, but it was a good concept.
It was the very first Pixar movie. Which I do like. Although, they did not need a Toy Story 4.
Yeah,
I don't know why they're making a Toy Story 5.
From the money. That's what it is. Oh, it's just for the money.
Yeah.
They know if they make it, people are going to watch it.
I just got Disney Plus. Well, it's Disney Plus, so it's just Fantastic Four again.
That's right. They actually got access to those Fox movies now.
Aristocats, Alice, Treasure Planet, Atlantis, Rescuers. I still need to watch Rescuers. I haven't watched that.
I've watched Aristocrats. And
It's cats, not crats. You and my dad just did the same thing.
that's
What?
because we're dads.
It's not I'm surprised you don't say aristocrat.
Yeah. It wasn't
Like
bad.
crats. It's not. It's cats.
It wasn't bad.
Then Alice in Wonderland. I watched that movie once, but I was really little.
Yeah,
I just
okay.
remember the song like "Everybody wants to be a cat." That's the only line I know. Treasure Planet. My dad wants me to watch that with him.
I don't think I watched it.
Atlantis.
Only Atlantis I know is Stargate.
Stargate. I like Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph's a pretty good one. Came out.
I think I watched it.
2002 or no? That I'm thinking of Pirates. Hang on.
Yeah, it may have been the same.
Maybe or oh no, 2004. 2012. Wow, I was way off. Okay, 2012.
Yeah, I was like 26.
I really hope that's not true. I really hope Penelope's not Ralph's girlfriend. Hope not. They could be best friends. That is just true. Google, you are wrong. What are newer Pixar movies? Oh, Hoppers. I forgot about Hoppers. And I'm not very excited for that one. It's just a girl with a pet. I forgot what they're called. Ooh, Inside Out. I did like Inside Out too.
The ads are always louder than me.
Elemental's okay.
That, oof, yeah, I definitely can understand that. See, that's actually a fear I have while streaming. Is like being too loud. Like especially in my YouTube videos, I always have a fear that I'm going to end up being like a lot louder than whatever it is. So like I try to keep my volume. I guess it may be a little bit on the low side. But that's actually a legitimate fear I've had. Ugh. Really don't want to put a bunch of water buckets into my iron thing. Oh yeah, that's true. That they want to grab your attention.
I forgot about all these Pixar movies like Incredibles, Finding Nemo. There's Rescuers right there. What else is there? These are all shorts.
Like, I won't ever get Disney. Like, if I can help it, I'm never going to pay for a streaming service. But ever since I've went on this journey of like buying and selling video games, another common thing that I'll run into though is like DVDs. So I've been trying to like source all the Marvel and Pirates of the Caribbean DVDs. Did Gia leave? Yeah, she just straight up left me. Big conversation. See you, bye. Bounce. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I can find so many, like computer CD-ROM games. And, like, worthless. All of them. Just absolutely worthless. There goes Ron. But, I guess he probably felt Gio was coming for him and he took off. But, there we go. This makes things go so much quicker. Well, Well, one of the things is the fact I'm running a Plex Media server on our network. So what I've been doing is literally just like I've been buying DVDs at these flea markets and stuff for $1, and then I'll actually rip the DVD onto my computer, so that way we can watch them throughout the house without actually having to go get a DVD and putting it in a player. So more or less, I have my own at-home streaming service now. Damn it, Rum. All right, you get me on the second time. But so yeah, I've been slowly trying to source all the Marvel movies and the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Oh yeah, I saw that. No, she wasn't afraid that they were erasing it. Well, that was afraid that she was afraid that people are going to erase history and try to change it. And like I think she's still going strong to this day about that. As a shulker unloader. I don't want to do a redstone. Last season I made that huge redstone storage system. I do not want to do it this season. I don't want to put that much work into that again. Just not going to happen. What Lavender built here is perfect for what we want. Because, I mean, look at it. Look at them. They even work in tandem. I mean, it's just like a little, it's great. I love it. You can't get any better than that. Deep slate, andesite, deep slate, stone, granite, diorite, deep slate. Look at that. Deep slate, stone. That's on the first floor. And then just unload it. I don't have to figure out which one it is. I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth. Here, I'm done. Is this the side that's got the feathers though? No. I think it's on the bottom. I think feathers is on the very bottom. That's on top, that's on top, that's on top. That's on top. That may be bottom. And I think this actually, if there's a spot, I don't know if there's any in here yet. Oh, no, there's not. All right. I know on the odd stuff, I have to kind of go and check before I throw it in there. I'm not going to lie. I would love to have a foot like massager. Like, if we're like working on that concrete and stuff like that all day, I would honestly like to probably get one of those like foot massagers. It's just the fact that we can't keep them in the house. The kids have actually had them given to them before, and they just get destroyed. Those heated too. I heat. I know heat feels good, but I just have a thing against it, and I don't like using heat to like kill by. All it does is it makes you feel better. You don't get any actual like good. You just get relief. That's all you get off of it. I don't know if it's like me trying to be macho or what, but I just don't care about using heat. Oh, I bet so. I used to work for the Aaron Sales and Lease. If you're not familiar with that company, basically it's just like a rental center. You go in there and you pay monthly payments for furniture that's you end up paying like 2 to 3 times what the actual cost of it is in payments than what it's actually worth. But we always had one of those like real expensive like massage chairs in there, like one of those like high grade massage chairs in there. And you want to talk about knocking you out. Like, if I had like a bunch of deliveries one day and I just wanted to sit back, you know, like I'm on break, I'll get in that massage chair and it's like in the middle of the sales floor. And that thing would be like rough and it feels so good. And then like at the end of it, it would just like do like a vibration function. And after like massage and doing that vibration, it would put me out. Over here. I see carrots. There's 2 rounds of carrots. Oh god, there's a bunch of junk. I don't even know if I've even got it started to be stored. I know that is. That is. I know all that's on the middle tier. I think the Crimson Planks may. The massage shares are awesome, but alright, I'm on the first step. We'll put this in there. And as man, everybody hopping on today. No, my luck, everybody been hopping on. It's just the fact that I haven't been able to get on as much as I would like to. You work, you copper golems. I'll put that thing on the bottom. I only got 2 on the bottom because there's hardly anything that actually goes into the bottom. It's got a bunch of oddball stuff to it. Here. We can go to the cows. Ooh, mini block. Flint can go here. Arrows are somewhere else. And there's a run back. Up here. Sit on the next one. Some of the stuff is going to end up going in my each. Look at them. They've gone through so much stuff. I love those guys. I think mini blocks are on the top. Okay, these are Lavender's emeralds that she gave me to put up. Oh, he's talking about that. Find out his emeralds, evidently. Mini blocks, there they are. I can't wait to the rune fair. Oh, well, I'm thinking about it. Medical wise. So, made so many of these brushes. There we go. We'll put that up. Monday. Oh, Monday. Yeah, today's Monday. Wednesday, there is a high possibility that is going to be my last doctor's appointment for my ankle. If I'm not mistaken, if I understood correctly, that in fact may be the last doctor's appointment I have for my ankle. I am excited about that. Honestly, I don't think anybody else does either. I'm going to just be quite truthful with that. No. The only problem I have far as any like real thing out of all of this is while I'm at work, I am, you know, I'm working a factory. I'm on concrete for 8 hours. I'm wearing steel-toed boots. So obviously I'm going to have some foot issues from doing that. But the only like actual issues I'm actually having is the boots pressing up on the left hand side of my ankle. Now, it's actually in the heel and it's on the left hand side, and I'm kind of thinking that's probably where like one of the anchors is, where they had to like reattach my Achilles tendon to my heel. And it's progressively easing up, and the more I wear those boots, the more it kind of rubs on it, the more I guess you can say I get an immune to it. So, that's the only actual issues that I have been having. If other than that nothing. I mean, honestly, it's truly surprising. I'm having a better and easier go around than what I did with my knee. And I honestly thought this was going to end up being worse than my knee. My knee was actually worse than this so far. Knock on wood. So, like, I can't believe myself that I have recovered so fast. Like, I know my physical therapist is in the same boat as, you know, far as like the disbelief. The surgeon, he somewhat believed it was possible because how fast I did recover with my knee. So he's just like, if you push it, you can return back in 3 months. And I'm like, all right. So if you know me, I'm going to push it and try to get back, you know, as quick as possible. You know, I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed, and you can do the whole Rage Against the Elephants song if you like. But, so up, you know, with me pushing like I was, and then trying to get all that done. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's definitely been crazy. I definitely healed faster than what I deserve. I honestly and truthfully believe that. Oh, other warp wood's up here too. Good. All right. I think it's actually some in here too. But yeah, I'm surprised I'm not having any other, like, any rough trouble with it or anything like that. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't like just talking about, like, far as, you know, yeah, oh yeah, it was all me and stuff like that, you know. By no means was that. My physical therapist, but like, he didn't necessarily push me. He didn't have to push me. He was there going, all right, you want to go hard, we're gonna go hard with this. Like, my physical therapist, like, if I went in there and I told him, dude, I can't do it today, he'd be like, all right, cool, then we're gonna take it easy today. But he knew I had a goal, I had an agenda, and he was right there hand in hand with me. Like shit, like, I ain't gonna lie, there was some straight up like bromance. You know, we, like, with me being a like client for so long, you know, like, I think 4 or 5 months easy is what I went in there before and after, you know. So, you know, with me and him like working together and stuff like that, it was like, you know, it was sad. Like, that, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of sad that day whenever we were done that last visit. But I will definitely say, like, I can't complain a bit as far as there. But, you know, yeah, I'll put in the hard. You know, I did some hard, hard work. Like I literally, if I wasn't there doing it, I was here at the house putting it in. Like far as like depending on you got that you can't put up. Okay, all right. So turf is up here. Cool. Um, like I still have the elastic bands are still right here, and then on top of that, um, like it's I forgot exactly what they call it, something board, like an angle board or something like that, and literally, I still have that board that I was using right here. This is basically you take it, you do like this right here, and you can set it up at different degrees, and you use this to stretch out your Achilles tendon and your calf. That's what this is for. And I found this at one of the flea markets one day, and I bought it. I was like, this is mine. And nobody's really actually, I don't know if I've shown this off enough. I'm pretty sure I probably shown it off at least once. But a lot of people don't know is the fact that this stayed underneath my desk. And while I was streaming and stuff like that, if I felt up to it, my foot was on this. And like, if you ever saw me like this right here, I was probably actually leaning into this board, stretching out my calf and my tendon. And then there's actually somewhere in this mess, I've got a mess. I don't like it. There's actually a 20-pound dumbbell in here. And I would put my toes on that board only, so that way it'll stretch my calf and everything. And I was lifting up that dumbbell using my calf muscle. So, like, literally, I could do like 6 different of my exercises from rehab right here at my desk. So, I literally, like, sometimes during my streaming, I was working out my leg. Or if I was doing like any recording or editing, I was doing that stuff. So it can be. It can be. You definitely want to feel it. You don't want to do it where like you're in like horrible pain, obviously, but you definitely want to do it where it's not comfortable. It's like if you're not having some level of discomfort, you're probably just not doing it hard enough. Have you not already put that up? What is that? Deep slate. Just regular deep slate, dude. Is it filled up or something? No? Yeah, what, rather netherrack? Yeah, y'all figure it out eventually. Oh, that needs to go up. I don't know if there's in that one to the top. I don't know if either one of those is going to end up being in where it needs to be. We'll do it ourselves. Gold. Yeah, there was some in there. Cool. And then this needs to go in the redstone. Nope, there was not any. But yeah, I knew the more I worked it out, the better and faster I was going to heal. So yeah, I just went at it like every day. Only time I didn't really ever really just work out was on Sundays. I did take a day for my, ankle and stuff like that, have some rest. Let myself help these guys out. I don't want to, they don't do all the work. We work together here. That and that all go on top. And then that one is empty. Lavender giving me all this crap and I'm picking it up. Bump, bump, bump. But yeah, it's been a process. And I'm glad it's coming to an end, but at the same time, like, being able to do what I did in the 3 months, like far as like streaming like I was and doing YouTube videos, that was a great experience. It was very really like revealing to myself as far as like my like, I'm not trying to bash myself when I say this. Don't think I'm trying to beat myself up, but I know I'm not a great like a great video producer. Like, I know I'm not a video, like a great video maker. I know I'm not. I'll go back and I rewatch my stuff, and you know, and then like putting in the amount of effort I did on it and knowing where I was at, it was disappointing, but it was also mind opening. I don't regret it and I don't hate it. It's just the fact that I see things for what they are. And to me, it's like, you know what? I'm still going to make a YouTube videos and stuff like that here and there, but I don't see me dedicating the amount of time that I was doing YouTube videos, especially, at least with Minecraft videos. Anyways, I'm still going to make some here and there, but I'm going to make it where I enjoy it instead of trying to make it where, you know, to be like to grow a channel. I honestly, at this point, don't care anything if it grows or not. To me, it's just I'm gonna do it kind of more of a time capsule of like how I am on the Chronicle Craft server, or doing like these streams and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just, to me, I'm doing this for me from here on out. I'm not doing it to grow the channel. I'm not gonna, like, it's like, all right, I want to try to grow the channel and become a professional YouTuber, and it's not worth it. So I'm gonna do what even if it's a cringy video, as long as I enjoy making it, I care less. That's how it's gonna be. So, but I really did like do enjoy streaming, and that's like the reason why I keep doing it, is because I like getting on here and talking and just like portraying my voice out there, just throwing it out there, and, and being able to communicate with others, and like, I get to like talk to people who I normally would never get to talk to. I've met people who in normal situations, I would have met, and I've gotten to learn things. I've gotten to experience, and talk about other people's cultures and how their life is compared to, mine here in like the southern United States. And that's from all over the world. I've gotten to meet everybody from, people from Europe, Australia, and Turkey, in the Middle East. So it's been that streaming's definitely a cool experience. So, and again, I'm not doing this to be famous. I'm not ever thinking about being famous. I got an ad popping up here soon. But at the same time, I'm gonna keep doing like how I've been doing it, how I enjoy to do it, and not worrying about far as trying to like min max it to become the best. I'm doing this because I just simply enjoy. Alrighty. Speaking of certain things in this aspect, it is starting to get time to call it a day. It is 8 o'clock my time, which means I gotta start getting ready to take a shower and go to bed for work tomorrow. So let's put up bamboos on the, yeah. Copper golems, y'all are great. Y'all have been working where I don't have to. Y'all ain't the fastest. Y'all are the most hardworking. So after this ad pops off, though, that's when I'm gonna actually log off. I just don't want to leave with some people in the ad stuff. Oh god. I'm gonna have to start bundling some of this crap up, I do believe. Each one of those making two? How that works, is it? Oh, I guess it is. All right, let's try to get some of this back. All right, ad's got 30 seconds left. There we go. Guess that's one way to get some of it back. All right, cool. All right, 15 seconds left. Break this, and we're gonna put it over. Alrighty. There he is. Alright, everybody should start be rolling back. Let's go put this joker up quick. These golems, I love them so much. They just hard working. They ain't the quickest, but they work. They just go at it. Look at them just searching, putting up stuff for me. I ain't gotta worry about it. I ain't worried about trying to min-max them where they're working so quick and efficiency, you know, efficiently. There we go. But yeah, so. But yeah, guys, it's time for me to start getting off, getting in the shower, getting ready for bed. Tomorrow, nothing happens tomorrow. It'll be dot hack against day 3 of me replaying dot hack infection. Infection. And whenever that SD card comes in, I ordered it off eBay. Whenever it actually comes in, and all right, I'll wait on you, Ron. I'll wait on you. I don't know if he wants to, if he's coming here or what, but I'm gonna be modding that 3DS and experimenting on actually getting it where I can stream off my 3DS. And if it actually turns out something that actually like looks decent and I can, you know, get it plays consistently without messing up or anything like that. Oh dear God, Ron. There's no copper in my food. Served by copper. There's no copper in my food. And also, with that being said, also, there we go. That my establishment is also cleaner because you're not getting your food on the back of a greasy truck. It's the fact that, you know, copper is antibacterial. Ah, take that. Health Board A. Because you get less infections by using copper. But yeah, if I get that 3DS and if it actually like consistently works well, I may do like a Pokemon Nuzlocke with it or something like that. We can do Pokemon games. It gives us more option anyway, because right now I can stream any game console, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the Wii that's backwards Pokemon, so that gives us access to GameCube games, Wii games, Switch games, Wii U games, PlayStation 2 games. And if I can get that PlayStation fixed, or I'll have access to PS1 games. After that, you know, anything that's out there, you know, we've got access to it, like far as game system wise, so that way it's actually a true vintage game. We're not playing ROMs. We're actually, you know, could potentially do a lot of true gaming. And I think that to me that's just kind of cool. You know, some people do this and do it off of EV or like doing it off of ROMs and stuff like that. And we can actually like do like actual hard copy games. That's McDonald's, not McBones. He's got a point there though on that one. I ain't gonna lie about that. That is gonna it. McDonald's food it. And whenever the mold says no, you know you don't want to eat it. Yeah, EV training, shiny hunting, stuff like that. And see, that's the bad thing. Like, I don't want to go. Like, I went down the actual like true like team building back in like Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. I was building actual like, you know, it's real chicken. You've seen them. They're just in my basement. Uh, like actual like Eevee bottle capping, like Pokemon training, like the actual hardcore training. Like I've got, maybe one day I'll hook up like Sword and Shield and do a stream with it or something, even though, and like talk, like maybe do some gameplay with it and like show some of my like built Pokemon. What, shopping district gift card? What is that in district? I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know about no gift card. But but yeah, like I've got like especially like from Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. It looks like a Tom, but that's been renamed. That's funny. Oh god, that's great. But but uh but yeah, like I've got like shiny hunted, bottle capped. I've got perfect IVs. I even got a like a shiny foreign ditto. Like I got into it for a little bit. So but yeah, that we might do it. We might pop on doing a stream like that one day. Like, and the bad thing is though, I wouldn't mind getting the new Pokemon game. I think it would have to, but I don't want to do like I don't like playing like the remakes a lot of times. We're gonna look real quick because I'm pretty sure the new Pokemon game came out on Switch. DA, all right. Platforms, Switch 2. So I'm assuming, yeah, but I don't want to spend like $50. Okay, so there is a physical copy of it that came out on Switch. And then yeah. See, that's the thing. It's just the fact that one, I haven't heard like necessarily the greatest things about this, but I mean, it's a Pokemon game, but I don't know. Like shelling out $54 for something like that, it's just kind of like, I don't know. And then like literally the first thing I just type in Pokemon ZA, and the first thing is a Reddit post from 3 weeks ago. Is Pokemon ZA that bad? Some people, see here. Some people hate is a they're kind of saying it's a disappointment of a game. So, I don't know. Like I don't want to go down that road of being like actually like full on trying to breed and like spend time breeding and shiny hunting, stuff like that. It's just kind of like, I don't really want to spend that much time into all that. And then I'm afraid I might go down that road of like trying to go down all that stuff again. I really don't want to do that. Either way, though, I wouldn't mind doing some actual like nose leaf challenges. I'll do something like that. I think that would be kind of cool. Unload all this the way. I don't have to later. Is there any more quick? Is glass in here? Glass is in here. We're just gonna knock some of this easy, quick stuff I know is in here. About it. gonna take this Star Coke and we'll put it up ourselves. Here I am. I'm still yakking. I'm still talking. And I need to be getting off. It's already almost 20 after. But yeah, it's something to look into. Anyways, we'll see how it works out. We'll see how good the broadcast is to the computer. I'll experiment with that after. It might be a couple of weeks out before I just decide to do anything like that. It might be something I do after playing through the first dot hack. Because I don't see me necessarily getting the second one anytime soon. We just kind of have to wait and see on how that goes. I would like to try to find a cheap copy of it, like while I'm flipping video game stuff, but that's the ideal situation. We just have to wait and see how that all plays out. But either way, guys, it's time for me to get off this stream. I need to get in, shower, all that good stuff, and get to bed. So everybody that's been watching, hanging out with me, thank you so much. I love y'all so much. Thank you for hanging out with me, listening to me, being part of this conversation. It means the world to me. And hopefully, if nothing goes wrong, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.